Stand Up Talk. Now, another offering from the Stand Up Talk Radio Network.
Crime is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
With his amazing co-host, Sir, recently knighted by the Queen of England, Sir Jonathan Shefsky.
I forgot to congratulate you on that, man. Thank you. I'm like
good.
really.
I will.
Thank you for being a part of my life.
I won't hold it against you. As a noble person, I won't hold it against you.
That seems reasonable.
That's a pretty reasonable reaction to my the idiocy.
I think we should drop the music in now.
Okay, fine then.
Crime is the show that starts now.
Like right now?
Oh yeah. Do your line.
Okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send.
Don't send anything
them
to me. Don't you dare.
Crimepodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send
Label
anything.
it Jon Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good. We got a great episode this week, people. We are joined by a fantastic human being, hilarious comedian,
Philanthropist.
He
He gives back a lot of humor. He's making a weird face right now.
Oh, I was just curious as to
high-level horse jockey.
I'd be a great horse
would be a
jockey.
horse-
Yeah.
Have they made a movie yet with a regular-sized person on a horse?
I'm a little more than regular size, and I don't think I should be riding horses to begin with, but I also think that I would probably have to put every horse down after I rode it.
Coming
Just for
soon, the
race.
star of Jockey Giant, Jon Huck.
Oh, sorry, I messed
You were a
up
little
that
late
one.
on that one. It's
well,
fine.
I don't pick up on things fast
Dude,
enough. You know that
I
about
raised
me.
my voice up. I put my hands in the air. Huck was with it.
He was
saw it
being
coming.
very. I mean,
Yeah.
I was just impressed that there was even choreography going on.
I thought he was doing some sort of act out from one of his bits in stand-up comedy, so I was just sitting like a good audience member.
Well,
waiting
fair.
until the end.
What are you, his 85-year-old aunt? Like I thought he was doing one of his bits,
One of his
his
bits?
stand-up comedies.
You doing a skit?
That's my little Richard. Mm-hmm. You fucking dickheads. Let's do this goddamn story.
We'll
oh,
get
yeah,
there.
welcome John Huck. Do we
Yeah,
welcome him?
Jon Huck, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Thank you
champion,
for,
world champion. Now.
Well, I don't know. Fan. I'm a big fan of world champion, the
Yeah.
world champion Chicago Cubs. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're Judah Friedlander fans over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was like. Yeah, but
call
also I think it's kind of. I always say World Series champion. Because it's like world champion implies they had to play like.
They play
They're
Canada.
They're good jousters
They
or
played.
something.
Yeah, they played. Yeah, okay, but they didn't have to play like.
They played Canada. There are Dominicans on some of the teams.
Yeah.
Find me one good Russian baseball team, and I will happily buy you
But
a
what if
new.
it was like Rocky IV, where like there was some jacked up team that's just been like cutting trees and like doing steroids, and then they go and play the Cubs and they win because they're all juiced up.
I always wonder that. I always wonder if there's like the best of people, like whenever they say like he's the best guitarist in the world. Like, how do you know there's not some kid like tied up somewhere that's like the best guitarist that never got in a band?
I mean, the whole thing is subjective, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Except for the Cubs are the World Series champions. That's not subjective. That's actual science.
That is real. It's a fact, you pieces of shit.
Well, I was just gonna go with it's a fact.
No, it's better to be abrasive.
Is that what the audience? Is that what your listeners like?
People remember facts when you call them names and you drill it into their stupid, thick skulls.
John Stanley Wojtowicz.
Is that John Huck's new nickname?
Yes.
Oh, great. It's short.
John
Yeah.
Stanley
John Stanley
Wojtowicz. Wojtowicz is kind of a weird.
I like Wojtowicz.
It's spelled Wojtowicz.
I can't even picture that. You've said it so fast.
Yeah, I would just said Wojtowicz.
Yeah. Whoa, Jehovah's Witnesses are really getting.
Wojtowicz is how you would if you were to pronounce it really terribly.
That sounds like a racial slur.
Yes.
You fucking
It is.
Wojtowicz.
He's a Pole.
He's a Pole.
John Stanley Wojtowicz was born March 9th, 1945 in New York City.
The last time the Cubs were in the World Series.
Really? The 45.
They played the Tigers and lost.
What a
Dude,
fantastic
but we
coincidence
won.
this is.
Let me guess. He played for the Detroit Tigers, didn't he?
Probably did.
Yeah.
This is after the World War II kind of started ending, right? 45.
He's a baby boomer.
Did it die in 45 or 46? When did it end?
49?
World War II didn't end until 49?
Well, Israel was founded in 48. I think World War II was still going on when Israel was founded.
Okay, you use the Israel. That's your coal mine canary. Like, we just balance everything
Yeah.
off of.
I
Like,
think
what's happening with Israel. Then I'll know what happened.
I'll go with what he's a lot of confidence with the way you put that. So
Well,
I'm
here's
gonna go
the
with
thing
He's a
is,
super
when
Jew.
you're a competitive debater, you just develop the ability to bullshit confidently.
Yeah, just even if you're like, oh, this could be completely out of left field, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to look him in the eye, and I'm going to pretend like I mean it.
Yeah,
People always going to be like, Rich, you're smart. And I'm like, I am very good at pretending.
well, that's the same thing, though, right? That's
Pretty much.
That's a skill that smart people have.
There you
Dumb
go,
people
bro.
are like, I like to be honest, and then we're broke.
The son of a Polish father,
Loser!
an Italian mother,
Loser!
his upbringing was fairly normal for post-war life in the Big Apple.
All right.
He was a well-behaved boy who loved to play baseball every day with his neighborhood friends.
More baseball.
There you go.
That's a good soundbite from John.
More baseball.
Good guest. Good guest.
John loved the stats behind the game, keeping records of his own accomplishments, along with bats and balls from some of his bigger moments.
Wow, that's good. Well, I just from playing with his friends, he's like, I'm going to keep this bat.
I actually have seen childhood pictures where he'd written numbers on balls and bats.
So he was a
psychopath? Yeah.
Well,
You can't like arrest him on that, but you could be like, he's a weirdo, obsessive compulsive.
Side note, this is the third episode in a row we've recorded where the criminal is named John.
Ooh.
Oddly enough.
And our guest is
And we
John,
have two
and the
Johns.
co-host is John. This is pretty interesting.
Well, if he was from Wisconsin, I would be like, okay, that's going to be creep because most people out of Wisconsin are murderers,
Sure.
serial killers.
I've heard that.
A lot of them.
That's kind of a form of generalizing, John. I don't know.
I don't think so.
All right, you
He
win.
collected
You're a good
stamps.
debater, John Huck. Man, he won. Did you see that?
I just
That's
follow.
really good.
I follow Rich's.
Stay confident.
Wait,
I have the Rich. I have Rich's book on.
Yeah.
on confidence. Like,
Confident
just
lying.
say it.
Confident
Just say
lying.
it.
Look
the
him in the
moon
eye.
is 45 miles away. Look me in the eye.
He
Believe
collected stamps and newspaper clippings on politics.
Oh, psycho.
He loved playing Monopoly.
Oh God.
Right?
guy
That
sounds like
to
a
me is
real
the worst
fun-
one.
it. Monopoly?
Real fun
That's
dude.
the worst fucking game on the planet.
Well, it's not the worst game on the but to love to play it, like you might play it if you were at some party and someone you don't know too many people are like, hey, we're gonna play Monopoly. Okay, fine, I'll play along. But you're not gonna be like the three of us are gonna be like, dude, let's bust out a Monopoly board and fucking spend the next 6 hours being idiots.
No.
Monopoly is a way that you teach your children about their future failures. Where you're like, yeah, you're going to lose your
You
house.
will
Here
never
you go.
pass go. You will always be in jail.
It's a depressing game. I admit it. The fact that there's a silly little boot, like you're like, why would I have an old hobo boot?
Or an iron.
Oh, that's for women
Or
players.
a thimble.
That's also for
Also for the
women,
ladies.
Women players. Yeah.
They have to have something that relate to, you know?
Oh, right. Yeah. Irons and
They
thimbles.
tried to have a whole kitchen in
I
there,
was
but
just
it
gonna
just
say they
seems...
had a little silver
much.
kitchen, but it's so
Yeah.
heavy. It just costs more than the game.
John graduated from Erasmus High School with a 97% average.
Is that good?
Wait, where's Erasmus? Where is he from?
In New York. He grew up in New York.
Okay.
You know, Erasmus. I thought you were worldly, man.
No, I'm not Brody Stevens. I don't know every high school that.
I've never. That's a weird thing to know. Every high school ever, and how close you can be to those high schools before getting arrested. Go on with your story.
After high school, John took a job as a teller at Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh God, he's making some choices here that I'm not crazy about. but-
Don't worry, they keep coming.
Dude, he was a Nazi. Have you ever seen the Chase logo? It's a fucking swastika. It's a big chunky blue swastika.
Really?
Yeah, dude. No, don't say
feel like it
really
has
like
less-
that.
I feel like it has less-
I took your course on being confident about what I'm saying, and I'm honest. This
That's a
is
good
truly
point.
what's going on.
Where he met Carmen Biff Luco. I don't know.
is that a
Biff
chick?
Luco.
Is that
Is this a
chick?
man?
That's a woman, Carmen.
Yeah. Well,
Biff
I don't know. It's the
Luco?
40s.
I think you said Carmen Biff. Like
He did
middle-
say Biff.
Bifluco. I don't know how to pronounce that
but it's
shitty
one
garbage
word.
last name.
I thought like Biff was the middle name, like Carmen Biff Luco, and I was like, that sounds like a guy.
Wait, is her middle name Biff or her last name Biff Luco?
Biff Luco's the
Luco.
last name.
Okay. Yeah.
Carmen Biff Luco, a loudmouth typist.
Oh, wow. This who wrote? You wrote this? This
Yes.
sounds. This is already a little sexist.
There are, dude. The characters are always.
Well, I took these details from. I'll read the source at the end. Like I watched documentaries and read some books and I actually read FBI files for this one.
So the loudmouth probably came out of an FBI file. We're like, this loudmouth will not be.
They called her a cunty in the file,
Yeah.
so they were sexist. We're just verbatim telling you what the sexist people said.
yeah.
So don't blame us. Not
And then this guinea wop that was actually in the what? That was in there too.
they could type that kind of
No,
stuff.
it wasn't
Oh.
in there at all. It seemed appropriate.
You
to the moment.
loudmouth typist. That's a weird thing to call someone.
On their first date, John picked up Carmen with two other girls already in the car.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I like this,
This guy doesn't
style.
sound like he's so bad after
Yeah.
all. It sounds like he could teach us a thing
I
or
was
two.
going to say, where's this? Where do I sign up for lessons from
So-
about how to lay Biff Lucos?
Oh yeah.
They sound like curvy, sexy Italian women. I'm just saying.
sure they are.
They look like
And you'll
body
see
positive
shot
models.
number 1 says bring extra hose.
Let her know that she can't push you around because you got options.
Chart number 2, call her a loudmouth or something similar so she shuts the fuck up.
You fucking typist.
Include her profession, whatever it
Yeah.
is. She's a loudmouth, whatever. You loudmouth banker,
Hey, go
typist.
back in the kitchen and type something.
Because I keep my
You frizzy
my
head
typewriter-
receptionist.
I keep my typewriter in the kitchen.
That's like the dishwasher joke. You could call the woman a typewriter. Remember that old joke, like about like the dishwasher, and like they're like, "What's the difference between blah 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 and a dishwasher?" The dishwasher doesn't yell back at you.
Yeah.
You guys
I went home
remember
to
that
load
joke?
the dishwasher. That means get my wife drunk.
Right?
You know,
They've
come
used
on.
yeah, it's like a real sexist old school joke, but then you could do that with a typist. Okay, move on with your story.
John announced that one of them would be lucky enough to become his wife.
This guy invented that reality show?
I'm sorry. So wait, he
That's
pulls
so
up.
awesome.
She gets in the car. There's two other women in there, and then he just like, does he drive away and announce, or is he right there? She gets in, door closes. He's like, hey, I want you to know, one of you can be my wife.
I don't know what the sequence was. Like, I wasn't producing the date.
But I literally walk up to the car and I go, where should I sit? And his reaction is,
sit between the other two contestants.
Yeah, exactly.
oh, okay. Where are we going?
Carmen and John quickly became engaged.
Oh, so she won
worked.
the contest.
I told you it worked.
She won the contest.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, fuck these other girls. I'm in.
Yeah, well, she pulled out their weaves, so it worked out great.
They had weaves in the 40s?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm not sure.
I don't understand.
I'm
But
sure
John-
they did.
They probably had wigs more than
Probably more
weaves.
horsehair than it was anything else.
Oh, horsehair's sexy, though.
Dude,
you can
for
pull
real?
on it real hard. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't break.
But really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Shout out the state of Washington.
It's like-
you bought it. It's like Superman's hair.
It's like 40-pound test. It's
This would be the
good
most
stuff.
liary episode we've ever had. I'm just feeling it out the gate.
This should be an April episode.
They became engaged, but John was drafted for the Vietnam War. The couple wanted to get married before he shipped out, but Carmen's family hated John.
Why?
I'm not sure.
They don't
really.
say
It doesn't
in
seem
the
like it
police
makes,
file?
Doesn't make it.
John was a dick.
Why would they hate a guy who made their daughter compete to be his wife?
Yeah,
that
well,
seems
you can only
strange.
imagine how he acts around the in-laws.
So, hoping that time, distance, or bullets would break up the couple, they insisted John and Carmen wait until he returned from battle.
Hoping that he would not return.
Yeah.
Very much
I hear
so.
a lot of people are dying over there. You might want to check it out.
The dad's always trying to introduce her to other guys. This guy's probably going to survive the war.
Yeah, this guy's not
Hey, son,
going.
before you go to Vietnam, I just want to tell you, if you meet like a small Vietnamese woman, just pay her and
Stay
bring her back.
there. Stay there.
We're totally fine with it.
But I want to come back and marry my wife who won the competition.
But why would you want a mouthy wife when you can have a woman
Yeah.
who doesn't speak English?
You don't want a
ain't
mouthy
mouthy.
typist.
She's fingery. She's a typist.
John was a staunch conservative and a big supporter of Republican presidential candidate Barry Goldwater,
Oh, I like this guy already.
a man
Barry
who
Goldwater, a Jewish Republican.
a man
I'm
who
loving it.
advocated for the use of nuclear weapons in the Vietnam War.
Oh my God!
Like,
Those,
Goldwater went so far that he thought that like individual generals on the battlefield should have mini nukes they could just use if they wanted.
thank God that the politicians are so much smarter these days, right, guys?
Seriously.
We're going down.
Oh, fuck.
So when John's draft number got pulled, he was eager to serve.
What?
Yeah, he sounds like the kind of
This
guy
is
to be
before the
eager.
internet, when people were just like, "Yeah, some action," until they don't realize, like, no, your intestines are going to get ripped out, and you're going to be screaming for your mom. This isn't cool. You're going to shoot a lady in a hut.
He just watched Platoon. He just watched
It's one of the
it.
best ones.
It is good. Beginning of Full Metal Jacket is my favorite.
Oh my
Top
God.
shelf.
Yeah.
When John showed up for basic training, he met a country boy named Wilbur.
How you doing? I'm Wilbur.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing about John too is his voice was soup. He was just like, "Hey, I'm a guy from Brooklyn. Let's do whatever the fuck I want. Hey, Wilbur, good. Let's go do this." And it's important you keep that voice in mind as the story goes on because that voice never changes.
And how does Wilbur sound? Do we get any interview on
About like
he's a Wilbur Cletus?
Yeah, that sounds about right there. Wilbur, pleased to meet you.
Yeah, hi Wilbur.
You got a funny way about you.
Wilbur, where are your shoes?
You know those things all people put on their hand feet? Ugh, gross.
Never mind, Wilbur.
Gloves for the feet.
one night,
Like to feel the earth.
Wait outside, Wilbur.
Okay, that's the only place I want to wait.
John dreamt that he was receiving a blowjob.
Well, that's
He woke up to find it
frequent
was
for these
not
Johns, too.
He woke up to find it was not a dream. Wilbur was going to town.
Oh, dude, that's great, dude. You mind if I slobber some more on your knob
I don't
till
even
you
think
bust?
there was no asking. He wasn't like, "Do you mind?"
No.
He was like,
Well, maybe
"I'm
when he
just
woke
gonna
up.
put this in my mouth while you sleep."
And I didn't put this in the script, but this is exactly how it went down according to John's recollection. John wakes up and goes, "Okay, you stay with me." He wakes up and goes, "What are you doing?"
You said what you?
And then Wilbur's response is, "Doesn't it feel good?"
Oh, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel nice?
Yeah, it does. Keep on going, dude.
Okay.
John and Wilbur continued to fool around throughout the rest of his training.
This is in the army.
This is in the military. Yep.
Wow. Dude, people just, it's just crazy. You just, I'd be
Don't
afraid
ask,
of-
don't tell.
Yeah, they didn't see Full Metal Jacket.
Well,
I'd be
Wilbur
afraid of
couldn't
those
'cause his
socks
mouth was
full
full
of
of
soap.
Dicks.
Yeah. Don't ask, don't tell, don't spit that out. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yeah, you're good at blowing, dude. I like you.
I like how he had to ask what he was. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Doesn't it feel good?
Yeah, you know what it does. Why don't you keep doing that, I guess.
There must have been some innuendo conversations before this that, like,
I
led
bet there
to
was a lot
this.
of misread signals. Like John's doing something, and Wilbur's like, "I get your meaning," and he's like,
Wilbur's cleaning his gun, just jacking it off and staring John in the eye. And John's like, that seems like a pretty good technique.
Now, if you were just doing that with your mouth, if you could just do that on the gun with your mouth, but it was my penis.
It was so weird. Wilbur kept on cleaning his fucking gun with his tongue, and I was like, hey, that seems like it's a good idea.
And I kept masturbating to it.
I don't know why he started blowing me, but...
I went skiing with him.
John left for Vietnam in October of 1966, spending time in Saigon and Da Nang. He survived the first rocket attack on Da Nang Air Force Base in 1967, but 90% of his troop was killed.
Jesus.
After that, John became a peacenik.
What's that mean?
He became like Tom Cruise in Born on the 4th of July. Born on the 4th of July. You
could have said Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, and it would have been just as good, too.
Yeah, sorry. Tom Cruise and Tom Hanks and...
He could have been a Tom in a movie about Vietnam.
He was gung-ho about military action and doing it.
And then went to the war and was like, this is completely fucked. And then came back and was like, you guys are wrong. We shouldn't be over there.
Yeah.
And then just started lobbying and arguing against it.
Okay, peacenik.
John returned to the U.S. a year later and married Carmen at St. Rita's Church in Brooklyn.
Did the family accept him now? Or were they still like, oh, you came back. Fucking great.
Oh, don't you worry. The choice of venue would prove to be prophetic, as Rita is the patron saint of impossible cases and difficult marriages.
That's
how do you market that as a place to get married?
Though, did they know that before they got married there?
I don't know.
That's the thing. People don't read between the lines. They don't read. They don't click the links.
Yeah.
Or read.
I don't know if there were links.
They just read the headlines.
That information wasn't in any of the sources I read. I just saw Saint Rita. I was like, let me just see who this is the saint of. And lo and behold,
it's the saint of troubled marriages?
Of difficult marriages and impossible cases.
I didn't even know that they have saints for everything, though.
Yeah,
it's a very mystical religion when you really look into it. You're like, oh, there's just a god, like Hinduism. Like, oh, there's a god for I farted out of when I was sitting on that chair.
But Jews, we have one god for farting, for difficult marriages, for impossible cases, for thieves, whatever you want, man.
It's called a war god.
That night, John and Carmen got in a huge fight over money, and the priest wanted to annul the marriage.
The night of the wedding.
The night of the wedding, yeah.
And they got in a fight in front of the priest?
Yeah, well, they got in a fight like immediately at the end of the reception. They got into a big fight about who was going to pay for the reception.
Oh,
so that hadn't been talked about yet. Like,
no one.
Well, he just got back from war, and he's like, "I'm trying to get my dick sucked by this guy. My wife keeps bugging me to do the dishes.
I don't want to have to pay for anything,
and I don't have the money for that." I understand that. I've been asked to pay for a few weddings.
I just think you should have. You should have figured that out before you started having.
Well, I don't think that they're the most responsible people.
Let's see where this goes. We don't know. Maybe maybe they turn it around.
They probably will.
Maybe they turn
Let's
it around.
get back to these guy-on-guy blowjob scenes. Anybody else?
The marriage worked out great. They had 2 kids and lived happily ever after.
The end. Great stories.
Right? Yeah, this is good. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
The priest probably had the right idea. By June 1969, the happy couple with 2 children had split up. Carmen came home to find an empty house, and I mean really empty. The TV, the kitchen supplies, everything was gone.
He took everything.
Nothing left but a note from John. I left. Go to your mother.
Oh, Jesus.
And was she with the kids?
Yeah, she had the kids.
Yeah, he didn't take the kids.
Oh, no.
No, you got the TV, you get the couch.
Yeah. You get to keep the kids.
Yeah, maybe a Tempur-Pedic bed if it's good, otherwise get a new mattress, right? And then fucking get the fuck out.
Tempur-Pedic beds, the worst beds for fucking.
You think so?
Have you tried to fuck on a Tempur-Pedic?
I like fucking on the floor because it puts a lot of support under my butt cheeks, so I can squeeze my butt cheeks and thrust really easily.
Rug burn on your knees?
No, I'm a reverse cowgirl kind of guy, so I'm laying down.
You like to risk your dick. I get that.
Oh, it feels so good, though. It's worth it.
You like to risk the break. I see what you're...
Every pound of...
You're dangerous.
It feels so good.
Does that count as our first sorry, Mom, that we've hit at this point?
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Coincidentally...
I'm just joking, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
June 1969 also played host to the Stonewall riots, a gay uprising against police harassment that is often credited as the beginning of the gay rights movement in the United States.
Was it in San Francisco? Was that
in
Harvey
New
Milk?
York?
Oh, in New York.
In New York. So basically, at the time, police were busting up gay bars, because also a lot of gay bars were run by the mafia at the time.
Oh, okay. So that was their excuse.
It was their
harassing?
their excuse for fucking with gay dudes.
Yeah, that's I'm sure. Everything's run by the fucking mafia. You ever heard about it? It's called organization. Everything is run by. If you have organization and hierarchy, it's going to lead to people like exploiting it into crime. So saying like, we had to bust it because there's mafia. It's like, no, you didn't like the gay dudes.
As we've learned in this show, everything is crime. John was living at home, frequenting gay bars and attending meetings of the Gay Activist Alliance at their headquarters.
Sounds like my biography. Am I right?
The Firehouse in Soho.
That's a great name.
What a great name for a gay activist place.
Firehouse.
He adopted a new nickname, Little John Basso, which he gleefully describes as a combination of Basso, his mother's maiden name, and Little John, quote, Because my prick is small.
Wow. So
That's
it wasn't even like when they call like a biker tiny and he's 7'2" and the size of a house. It's tiny. This is like little John. Ha ha, you have a little.
But he came up with it himself. It's not like, you know how like a little kid will be like, yeah, my name is Power Man. And you're like, that's your fucking
He beat you to the riff. He's like, no one's going to tell me my dick's small.
He 8-miled us. He 8-miled us than the whole thing. But because usually when people give themselves nicknames, I immediately, once I find out, if someone introduces me with a nickname, to like, my name is whatever. And,
Sparky.
Yeah, and then I find out that they gave themselves that nickname. I then find out what their real name is, and I never call them by the nickname again.
You're not allowed to have a nickname.
No, you can call me. I go, no, I can't. I can't. Not with a good conscience.
I watched that stupid, what's that Marvel show, John...
I don't watch any of
the
those
new
Marvel
Luke Cage,
shows.
the new Marvel show or whatever, and one of
Yeah.
the villains' name is Shades. And I'm just looking at that going, that's a nickname a fourth grader gives himself. You would never let a man, if a man's like, hi, I'm Shades, you go, no.
No,
that's
dude.
not who
Unless
you
you
are
show
at
me
all.
a driver's license that says Shades, we're done here.
Yeah, Esteban. That's what you're getting called, okay?
But I'm Jewish.
Well, you're not going to be called a Jewish guy whose name is Shades? I guess you could, right?
Could be.
What's his name on Law and
Esteban.
Order? Not Esteban.
You could have a Jew named Esteban. You know
Yeah,
what?
you
Let's
can.
not
My
shut
parents
off
escaped
Judaism.
the Holocaust, went to Argentina. I'm Esteban.
There you go.
I was born in Argentina,
Esteban Schwartzberg.
right? Rosensteinowitz, Berg in sports.
Aggressive
Two
and
Schwartzes.
flamboyant, John quickly built a reputation as a promiscuous exhibitionist.
Hey, I'll suck your dick. I'll fuck you in the ass. I got a small dick. It ain't even gonna hurt
Now, this
you,
is at
boys.
a time before
No one wants to play
like
with me.
gay bars and parties were known for everyone fucking out in the open. This is when it was still
Really behind closed doors. Really
even at gay
underground.
bars, like you could get kicked out for fooling around at it, like even making out with a guy at a gay bar
Yeah, it was basically you just went there to be with like-minded people, but you weren't allowed to
and
like
find someone to fuck later.
But doesn't that make it hotter though, right? If you're like, "What's up?" and then you have to talk for a while and then plan where you're gonna go bone.
Think
I
about
don't
what you
know.
just said. Does it make it hotter for hetero bars to do that? Like, no,
I don't really go to hetero bars.
me neither.
But
But I'm just saying, I don't think so.
I have to strategize if I want to get laid. All right, I'm just going to walk into a bar, and start making out with someone, right?
I guess I don't know. I haven't been out
get
to
to
try
go-
to get laid in a long
Yeah,
time.
me too. It's crazy when the years go by and people talk about it. You're like, I actually don't know what I would do now. Like, just go.
Oh no, I would already have resigned to die alone. I would have been like, yep, we're done here.
Well, I might die alone, but I would at least go to Amsterdam and run my credit card up.
This is
for
a
while.
married
yeah.
trifecta. I didn't even realize that at first.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of sad dudes with shackles.
No, I'm not sad.
No, play along with this
Oh,
shit.
sorry,
man. This is
dude,
a
sorry.
podcast.
Oh,
God damn it,
so
I'm not sad either.
My wife hits me.
Yeah, my wife doesn't physically hit
I would
me.
laugh so hard.
I was like, guys, I can't come to this podcast, and you just hear her screaming and throwing shit at me in the background.
Yeah.
That you didn't do your chores, something like that, like just super motherly kind of shit. You didn't do your fucking chores. You're not going anywhere.
John once openly had sex with a guy on a mattress during a dance at the firehouse. The next morning, the mattress was thrown out.
Wow.
Well, yeah. What is it?
Quote, I was a member of the entertainment committee, so I could meet and greet new gay people coming into the scene. I could have sex with them quicker than anybody else because they were just coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's true. A couple of my gay friends have told me, like, dude, when you come out, like, you just get to get laid a ton. Dude, gay life, there's some really good sides to it if you're into gay stuff. And
Yeah.
you just get to get laid. Like, it's like you're the new guy in town.
Yeah, the new blood.
And everyone's
I
excited.
would just move to new towns and re-come out at every
People
new town.
do that. People do that.
In 1971, the gay community was split on the issue of marriage.
Ooh.
Some gay people didn't want it.
Some wanted the right to marry, but many viewed marriage as a straight institution completely antithetical to homosexuality.
Fuck yeah, I'm with those guys.
John,
Take the system down.
Despite his liberal transformation, was still a traditionalist at heart. He wanted to be able to marry. He even participated in one of the first gay marriage activist events, a takeover of the New York Marriage Bureau.
Takeover.
What did I mean?
Like, they marched into the office
We're here.
and started answering the phones, and people would call and be like, I want to get a marriage license. They go, okay, well, who wants to get married? John and Teresa. Oh, are they a man and a woman? Sorry, we don't do that here. And hang up.
to let straight people know what it feels like to fucking not give
That was
rights
their
to-
their thing, yeah.
I say we don't need marriage for anybody. Like it's an old classic like ownership thing, and like nobody needs to have it. And if you do want to have it, that's your own personal
But
thing.
how else do you make your wife obey you if you're not on a contract?
And just so our listeners know, Rich Slaton is being silly and he's joking. We do believe that women should not be obeying men.
June 6th, 1971. John met Ernie Aaron at St. Anthony's Feast. Ernie was striking and beautiful with an angular, androgynous face that fit man or woman.
Nice.
Ernie.
Ernie, who identified as a transgender woman, was dressed in semi-drag, which means male clothes and makeup.
Interesting.
And she quickly caught John's eye. They slept together that day, and a relationship soon blossomed. At first, it was a romantic whirlwind. John courted Ernie, bringing her a dozen roses for every date.
The first time they fucked was during the day, so you know that's a good relationship right there. Because like if you can be like, hey, I can see you and you can see me, and let's do this, like then you're pretty comfortable with that person.
Now, this is going to get kind of complicated, and so I want to be very clear about this. Ernie, at the current moment, has male parts. Identifies as a transgender woman.
Okay.
I use the pronoun she for Ernie because Ernie's a transgender woman. John insisted on calling Ernie a guy, saying he, and would never call Ernie by her trans name that she eventually went by exclusively. So if there's anybody out there who would blog about this shit, I'm trying to stay true to how the story actually played out.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Understood. Now, did Ernie ever, like, because you say semi drag was men's clothing with makeup? Did Ernie ever then start dressing in women's clothing and to take it farther, or was it?
That's down the road of the
let's
story,
see what these pages tell us, Mr. Huck.
You can see it in Slaton's eyes when he's like, "You'll find out soon enough."
Yeah, we did one episode with Tony Hinchcliffe where he started talking about like someone having sex with horses early in the episode when I mentioned a horse, and then I was like, "Oh boy, you just gotta wait to see where this goes."
And it went to people having sex with a horse.
Precisely that.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see.
As an interesting note, while his girlfriend identified as a woman and sometimes went by the name Liz Eden, John always called her Ernie. Despite the fact that Ernie also worked as a prostitute.
To me, you'll always be Ernie.
Yeah, you're Ern.
Okay, just call me Liz Eden, please.
All right, Ern.
I said Liz Eden.
Hey, Ern, could you help me out with the plumbing over here? I need a pipe wrench.
There's no Ern here, just the Liz Eden.
Stop playing around, Ern. We're busy.
Oh, you're busy.
The foreman's on my back. I gotta get the shit done.
Okay, well, if you want Liz to help you, just ask.
Liz has no idea what to do with electrical.
Yeah, but there's no Ernie here, so you're going to need at least ask Liz.
Let's just get married.
Okay.
Is that what happened?
John was head over heels in love with Ernie and wanted to get married.
Do you solemnly swear to take this fucking dude, Ernie?
But don't you think
I'm a woman.
Don't you think that would be a problem? Like she's like, I'm not gonna call you by your other. I'm gonna call you Ernie.
But
let's get married.
That could be their teasing thing, though. Like I tease my wife on a bunch of stuff.
You think that was teasing?
Yeah,
or?
like
I think it's teasing.
I call my wife Bob all the time and talk about her dick.
Okay.
So
But that's part of your role playing. Where
That's
she
part of-
wears a trucker cap, a wife beater, and a strap on. That's a role playing experience.
At first, Ernie was skeptical, but John eventually wore her down. The invitations showcased the fluid nature of their identities. Quote, Miss Liz Eden requests the honor of your presence at the wedding and reception of Mr. Ernest E. Avon to Little John Basso on Saturday, the 4th of December, 1971.
All right.
So you can see that Ernie also there's like a fluid gender identity. It's Miss Liz Eden requests that you come to watch Mr. Ernie Avon marry Little John Basso. Like there's none of the actual names are going involved here.
And I like how the Little John makes it onto the invite.
Yeah.
Like
The invite actually
everyone
has-
going, he does have a small pecker.
There's Easter eggs in it, like in the filigree up in the corner, like it has like a tiny little cocks and stuff. Like, oh, Little John, I saw it. I've been watching Little John.
Miss Conflicted invites you to watch her marry this little dick guy in 1971.
That's pretty progressive at the time. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, this story, it's interesting about it is this story is kind of on the forefront of gay rights, like,
Yeah.
in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Super duper on the forefront of it.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that like gay people were respected for a certain part of history and then it went backwards and now we're trying to get back again to being like, all right, they're just people. Like
Yeah.
be cool. But in art, it's like you think like once we solve something in the world and you're like, all right, we're good now. Everyone's cool. And
no,
then you're like,
because
no,
it's
we're
gonna
just gonna
come
go
back
back
again,
Like
'cause
racism in America. All of a sudden, I'm like,
everything
is that everyone racist again?
Well,
Like
I don't
thought
know
we got
about
through it.
again. A lot of people will say that never went away.
I thought it went away for a while. At least in California.
And therein lies the problem. We all live in a bubble out here.
I don't know.
John, of course,
bubble.
invited his first wife, Carmen Bilfluco,
Come on. Were they still
he has
friends, or was
kids
he
with
being
her?
annoying?
Well, they still
Yeah.
they
You
seem.
want to see what I'm doing now?
I think they're still friends from what I kind of gathered as I read through the story that they maintain.
They were still talking.
yeah.
All right, because otherwise it's like posting Facebook pictures of your wedding on your ex's
This
wall.
is before
or something.
Facebook, so you
I
had
don't
to
think that
actually
she
really go through
attended.
the efforts. You had to send
Invite
out
them
invitations.
and hope they showed up.
Yeah, well, that's actually more fun, though.
I don't think
real.
Carmen attended, but John's mother and Ernie's father did show up to give his daughter away.
Ah.
Yeah.
So the parents were pretty progressive for this time period.
Yeah, they buck up and learn from the human inside, not the culture.
The wedding was a lavish affair. The couple sent out.
Couple. I've never heard that
The
word.
couple.
You guys make a lovely couple.
That just means that
Well,
they're
there was
horny.
a lot coming.
A couple covered in sauce.
The couple sent out 300 formal invitations and catered the event with an extravagant buffet.
Well,
What was
that's
it?
how many of the invitations they sent out, how many people showed up.
It was actually a pretty big wedding as
Okay.
far as I know.
Yeah, what was in
300
the buffet?
invitations went out, like 15 people show.
Ernie wore the most expensive wedding dress she could find.
Good call.
John
Ernie.
wore his military uniform with all his medals.
This one's for getting my dick sucked by my friend Wilford.
But I thought he was.
I don't believe in war.
What? Well, yeah. Why would he wear his military? If
He wore it in his first wedding as well to Carmen.
Again, don't you think that's fucking weird? Like, why would you, if you were anti-war at this point and you were a peacenik, wouldn't you want to get married and
You
like?
still might have pride for like your buddies that did pass away and like what you got. You know,
Also, the
it's like a
dress
lot about the
uniform looks
intention of-
nice,
yeah,
and you don't have to run a tux then.
the intention too behind it. I mean,
I guess
I'm into peace, but I mean, I support military guys. I don't know.
The
I
Gay
suck their
Activist
dicks.
Alliance.
I'll suck your dick if you got a military card. What do they
That's
call
going to be
it?
the only
What do
drop
they
that we
call-
have for the rest of the show.
What do they call it? What do they call it when they have like there's like a card that's like whatever military you're in, you get like a card and you
I don't know what
discounts.
that word is.
Oh, okay, well there's a card.
The GAA decided to videotape the affair for their
The
records.
GAA.
The Gay Activist Alliance.
Okay.
As this was the first gay wedding any of them had ever heard of. So this might be one of the first gay weddings ever in America.
And not legal, really, though, right?
Oh yeah, there's no
legal precedent.
If you actually go back into the records, the priest he blessed the wedding.
Yeah.
but he wouldn't like say the wedding thing.
Yeah.
So it was sort of.
It's all magic, though.
Yeah, it was kinda- yeah,
a regular
sure.
wedding. What is it? I signed
Yeah.
on a piece of paper. So
But
we're all
even
playing some
the
fucking
priest was kind of
imaginary
like,
game.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to halfway do this.
Yeah, because I can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Just like-
against his beliefs.
beliefs.
After the ceremony, the bridal party gathered in front of the venue, a popular local cafe. Cops from the 6th Precinct across from the street came over to congratulate the bride. When they realized the bride and bridesmaids were a combination of transgender women and crossdressers, they exclaimed that they didn't know what was happening. Ernie quipped,
I like
all the
how
cops'
that-
head explodes.
We don't know what's happening.
First of all, nobody here is black, so we can't beat you. Second of all, what the hell's happening, folks? Their heads just start popping. That was
somebody
kind
get
of
a broom.
There's no cops left. Who's going to protect this?
Somebody just comes out with a hose and just takes
Ernie
care of it.
quipped,
There's a lot of hoses in those days, you know? Civil rights movement.
neither did the priest.
What?
That was Ernie's response to the cops being like, what the fuck is going on? We don't know what's going on. Yeah, neither did the priest.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, while he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Did the priest grow up, coppers?
Yep.
I'm Ernie or Lizzie. Whatever you call it.
Maybe it was partially because John insisted on calling Liz Ernie, or maybe it was because half the wedding pictures were of John making out with random guests. But the relationship was quickly
guy
on the
is
rocks.
hilarious,
Come
dude.
on.
I love this guy.
You're
He's
telling
so
me
funny.
this relationship didn't last either?
Oh, strap in.
Jesus.
Strap on.
Yeah, strap on.
Strap on.
The big
John.
point of contention was Ernie's greatest desire to have a sex change operation.
At the
Because
wedding, he's talking about it?
This is Ernie's number one desire.
Can we just like get through the cake eating part? Jesus.
Well, I don't think he's making an announcement. I think this is just
has
what
been-
Ernie wants.
But because
Whatever
John
Ernie wants, he's going to get it. Whatever.
John wanted, quote, a guy with big tits and a little dick.
That's like, yeah, dude. Everyone's got their fetishes.
I mean, I don't know if that's a fetish, really. It's just kind of what you like.
I like such a little dick that it's just a clit.
Yeah, I like it so little that it's not there.
Yeah, there's no balls, right? Okay, good.
So to John
any
right now,
penises.
Ernie's in the perfect
Well,
sweet
clit's
spot.
kind of a penis.
Yeah, so he likes the boobs and the
Boobs in the dick. John's like, this is perfect. This is fucking perfect. I've been looking for that. A bat. I got a bat, balls, and then bigger balls. This is fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, and then melons.
I'm gonna titty
Yeah.
fuck you. You gonna fuck me in the ass. I'm gonna suck your dick. It's just, it's a buffet.
Kind of get everything you want, unless the one thing you want is like a vagina. But otherwise,
But he
yeah,
doesn't.
Yeah,
There's
so-
something about the way a woman's hips look, like a born woman's hips look, that you cannot duplicate unless you have like a 3D printer or something.
Oh,
So far you can't duplicate.
Radio Shack.
I'll duplicate it right now.
Radio Shack.
Yeah, girl, you
Is
know
that-
what's up.
Is that your innuendo? I'll duplicate you.
As time went on, life got more and more painful for Ernie. Her actions became more and more erratic. There were overdoses, suicide attempts, and violent outbursts. Then on August 19th, 1972, Ernie's birthday, she took a massive cocktail of pills, ending up in Kings County Hospital. John tried to have her discharged, but this time was different. The doctor had her diagnosed as mentally ill and planned to give her shock therapy until she no longer wanted the sex change.
Oh, we got some one flew over the cuckoo's nest stuff
Yeah.
going on here.
Yeah, and you don't realize how long that shit went on.
Yeah.
You're
What-
going, 1992?
No, dude, they still do shock treatment to some people.
My aunt's had it recently.
I know someone who's had it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like not in the States, but they do still do it. I believe.
My
here.
aunt's in California has had
Yeah.
it, but she like requested. She's bipolar, and like she was like requesting like I need help, and that was like one of their last resorts. And
Yeah.
she said it actually helped her out. But
Huh?
I don't know. It's the shock treatment, right? I mean, that can't be good for you.
Well, I don't know anything about the human brain so much that I could even comment on it.
You look
but-
like you would. I don't know.
I look like a professor
I
that
see you
just
in a-
woke up. is
Yeah.
what I feel like.
That's actually really funny.
You look like the Dr. Frankenstein that dropped out of college.
Yeah, I'm his brother. That was
You're just creating like corpse monsters in your garage, and you're
still
sitting in
playing
your
with
free time.
Legos. I'm just like I can't. I want to move on to actual body parts.
No, Legos are great. Let's stick with those.
Yeah.
They're the best, dude.
John made the decision then and there. It was time for a change,
A sex
sex change?
a double change.
A double change.
You'll see what.
change?
Oh boy, this is gonna be great.
Oh, no.
John went to his neighborhood gay bar, Old Danny's, and recruited a pair of
Old
accomplices.
Danny's.
Old Danny's.
Welcome to Old Danny's.
Going
Grab
on.
it,
Hey,
Danny.
anybody? Hey,
Old Danny's drinking hole.
Grab it. There's many holes, but this one's for drinking.
you know, I came here to look for a nice looking guy to fuck, but everyone here is oddly very, very aged.
Old Danny's. Everyone here is named Danny.
Like,
too.
why does everyone's dick look like it just came out of the pool? This is frustrating. It's not what I'm looking for.
it's old man.
Raisin penis?
Do. The California raisins.
Dude, I heard it through the grapevine. Raisin penis.
Oh yeah, you did.
I heard it.
You gotta let it ferment. Okay.
for men.
John went to his neighborhood gay bar, Old Danny's, and recruited a pair of accomplices to help him pull off his crazy plot. Bobby Westenberg had a bad lung and needed money. John offered him $50,000 to join the team. The other partner was 18-year-old.
$50,000.
Back in the 70s,
In the
that was
70s,
quite a
that
bit
was
of
like
money.
$150,000.
Well, he doesn't have the money yet.
Yeah, so I'll gladly
Yeah.
give you the $50,000 on Tuesday.
we're gonna get.
for your bad lung today.
The other partner was 18-year-old Sal Naturale, an escaped fugitive from New Jersey whose real name was Donald Masterson. Sal had
Could've
been
gone
in and
with
out
either of those.
Yeah, both of them are bad
Both are,
names.
yeah, Donald's a great name. Am I right, Mr. President?
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be it's the best name.
It's always good to kiss up to your...
I'm not saying that, but people are saying that it is the best name. They're really enjoying that name. It's the best
I
name
keep
that there's
hearing
ever
about
been.
It's the best name. You know it's the best name. We all know it. Isn't that what Trump says?
We also know that none of us are impressionists. So
Oh yeah, I don't do impressions.
we all nailed that one knot. Sal had been in and out of state institutions since he was 11 years old. The crew got their hands on some guns for their planned heist and made their way to the Golden Nugget Hotel
Oh, in Vegas?
in New York.
So there's one in New York and in Vegas.
Apparently.
All right.
John made a pass at Bobby Westenberg, but Bobby said no.
So John's in an open marriage.
John's and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't think John's really concerned with other people's
John
feelings.
made out with half the guests at his own wedding.
Yeah.
And I've seen the pictures.
but
I did that too at my wedding.
yeah.
I make out with people at other people's weddings, not at my own. But here's the thing. You're saying he doesn't care about anybody else, but he's planning on going on a heist.
Well, I'm not saying he's the most balanced and well-reasoned individual.
Oh, I
okay.
thought that this was about.
Yeah.
I thought how
That's the
reasonable.
name of
This show is
podcast.
called Normal People.
This podcast is called Balanced and Reasonable.
John made a pass at Bobby Westenberg, but Bobby said no. John argued, I'm giving you $50,000 and you're going to tell me I'm not getting the fuck out of it? You're out of your fucking mind because I'm getting the fuck out of this.
So he goes into tantrum mode when he doesn't get what he wants, pussy-wise? That's
Yeah.
just crazy.
And it works. Bobby couldn't argue against that logic, so he let John fuck him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Jesus. Where are these people nowadays? Huh? I need to get laid. I mean, not gay guys, but just, just chicks that you're like, no, I'm getting laid. And they're like, okay.
But now Sal wanted a turn.
Oh my! They're like it's
Don't
6
leave me
o'clock.
out.
It's 6 o'clock. We haven't really done anything, guys. Everyone's just all sweaty and cum drenched, but dehydrated.
This is a pre-production meeting, everyone.
Are we robbing something? Yeah, this is a pre-production. We're just scouting right now. Just checking out the location
Again, Bobby said no.
of your ass.
John again came with the logic. What's the matter with you? We could all die tomorrow. Let's die happy.
I do agree with you. We can all die tomorrow. I mean, John's right. We can all die tomorrow.
I just love how he thinks that the other guy's going to be happy if he gets to let's all die happy. This doesn't make me happy.
And this is messy sex too. I'm sure. I can tell by now. John does not
on a tarp.
Oh, well, you think I don't clean up proper?
I think. Yeah, I have a feeling.
Laid on a tarp. Laid on a tarp. That's all I ask.
tarp, a big blue tarp.
Yeah.
Hey, bite down on this and turn on the water. Let's go.
Yeah. Hold it in before you get to the bathroom.
Bobby still wouldn't relent, and Sal went to bed pissed off that he didn't get the booty.
Yeah, he's got blue balls. Everybody else is coming all over the place. Yeah, that's the worst. Been there, right, fellas?
The next morning, they left the hotel and started casing different banks.
When you're the caboose on a train and everybody gets tired before it's your turn. Right, fellas?
So the plan now is to rob a bank to get money to pay for the sex change operation.
Thanks for updating us and briefing
So
us.
this is kind of like Dog Day Afternoon a little bit.
This is a lot like Dog Day
A
Afternoon.
little bit. It's a little bit oddly.
And there's a character
this
named
the-
there's a character named Sal in Dog Day Afternoon.
that's so strange.
Okay, so this is the Dog Day Afternoon story.
That this might be the true story of Dog Day Afternoon.
All right, cool.
In fact, it is. So if you've seen the movie, turn off now, fuckers.
I haven't.
Don't turn it off.
I haven't seen it so long that I don't know what happens in the end.
Oh, good.
Even though the movie is a classic with Al Pacino, I just want to say that this podcast is definitely better than the movie. So just don't turn don't turn it off. Having our ridiculous offbeat commentary and our bad impressions is much better than watching an awarded movie.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
this is an Oscar winner. And
Not a big deal.
Who
It's only
directed it?
considered his best.
Who directed it? Sidney Lumet?
Yeah, Sidney Lumet.
yeah,
it's
but
not
that
great of a
was
movie.
it was considered his best before Any Given Sunday.
True,
And
that's a good
then,
point. That's a good point. Any Given Sunday, oof, that's a winner, huh?
Or that movie he did with De Niro a couple years ago that tanked. It's
What was that? Heat?
no, not
Heat
Heat.
was
Was
great.
amazing.
No, what's the one where they did another one.
There
where
was another one where it was just that they just both phoned it in and they were really tired. I think.
Yeah, Heat was the one where were like De Niro.
Pacino
and Pacino together, and they're on screen together for 6.5
But it
minutes.
was the first time they'd even really been on screen together.
ever at all.
Yeah.
But the whole movie was built on that, and they
Yeah.
only had one scene together.
And Val Kilmer, Kunth from MacGruber.
from MacGruber.
Yeah.
Kunth.
Let's go pound some Kunth. We have to bring up MacGruber at least once every episode.
The
for
next
spirit.
morning, they left the hotel and started checking out different banks. They were almost caught when Bobby and Sal accidentally dropped a shotgun that was disguised as a giant package of Wrigley spearmint gum.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's like the Terminator with the roses. Remember when Arnold
Wait, no,
Schwarzenegger
hold on,
had the
what-
roses?
what-
One like prop
What are you-
comics?
what are you
do mean?
confused about?
Wrigley spearmint gum the size of a shotgun.
Doesn't that seem normal to you?
Slaton.
Again, if it was a Carrot Top concert, yes, that would seem normal to me. But
John's logic
Somebody
was that
rushes to block Carrot Top. He has his own secret
John's
service.
logic was that no one would think twice about a giant piece of pop art in the era of Andy Warhol. So they disguised
Okay,
the gun
I
as a giant.
Oh, that's okay.
giant
Yeah,
spearmint gun.
you got
I
to take
guess,
yourself.
yeah, sure.
Huck, you got to take yourself out of now. Okay,
Yeah,
It's
no, you're right.
1971.
This
You're right.
is a period piece.
You're
all right?
right.
I would have done a giant tomatoes soup can. Right, guys.
Probably.
Well,
But-
no, but then people would have thought you were
Derivative.
Andy Warhol.
And they would have wanted an autograph, and
You'd
you'd
have
have
to
been
talk
like,
to him.
"That's true. I don't."
John thought that no one would think twice about a giant piece of pop art in the era of Andy Warhol, but they certainly noticed when the shotgun went off.
Oh, of course.
Oh my God.
That's some loud gum you got there, buddy.
Yeah. Ugh. That's got quite a bite to it. John quickly grabbed the gun and the boys, and they drove off. John yelled at them, but Bobby complained that the gun was too heavy.
How old is Bobby again?
An adult. Okay. An adult male.
But you got to realize these are like three gay dudes that are like, they're probably fighting like a bunch of 14-year-old girls. No offense if you're a gay dude. But
But here's the thing: you have the leader here is the most fucking aggressive New York gay guy. He's like, "Hey, I want to suck your fucking dick, guy."
and
Come
I'm
here."
gonna.
With the littlest dick.
And
Like,
I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's part of the punishment. He's like,
he
and my
talks
dick's
and
small.
acts like he's got a huge schlong,
Yeah.
but he's like brags about.
he's got huge balls and a tiny cock.
John
Right?
John
Yeah.
told Bobby, "Quote: Be butch, will ya?" Sal jumped in. He can't be butch. He's a girl that don't get fucked.
See, I told you.
John replied, "Well, you can fuck him after the robbery. Don't worry about it."
I mean, this is a good comedy too.
Well, as you
I'm
can see,
surprised
the
they haven't
team's
just
really
adapted
coming
this-
together right
I mean,
now.
look,
How's
they're,
Judd Apatow not adapted this yet? Seth Rogen would play all these characters. It'd be great.
they're getting to know each other and
Yeah.
they're working out a system. I think the robbery's going to go smooth.
First you
I don't
fuck.
see
Yeah.
how. Yeah, and
Dog
no,
Day
no, no.
Afternoon,
First-
starring Adam Sandler.
first you-
and Adam
As
Sandler.
himself, yeah.
And Adam Sandler.
I want to see Seth Rogen do the Adam Sandler, Martin Lawrence, and be all those characters and be everyone in the car, arguing over this stuff. And
This is,
So they're all-
this,
they're-
this is what you want to see.
So they're all the same.
They're in a town where they could actually make an original movie. This is you're looking to see.
that would be a pretty original thing.
I want to see an actor who only
Good point.
plays
Sean, that'd be
one
pretty,
version.
right? I haven't seen that.
Like Vince Vaughn doing that kind of movie, a person who plays themselves in every single movie, like an Owen Wilson playing 8 different roles.
I was the same guy, basically. Like, and this is my cousin, and my other cousin, this is my uncle, and they're all like, "Hey, you doing Owen Wilson?"
But it's the same guy. It's what's that movie with Norbit, whatever? Right?
Norbit.
Is it Norbit? What am I thinking of?
You're thinking Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor. That's right.
Norbit.
Norbit.
The most popular Eddie Murphy movie of all time.
Norbit. Was it?
Norbit.
No, it's not.
No.
Crew made their way to the next potential target.
I like how they're calling themselves a crew at this point.
That's right.
Seems very
Well,
organized.
The Boys actually is a little more accurate. They were called. This is partially based off of a Life magazine article, which was the inspiration for the film Dog Day Afternoon, called "The Boys in the Bank."
The boys are back in bank.
The boys are back in bank. Which, by the way,
Guess who just sucked my
baseball
dick
teams
today?
do not use that song for your promo music for baseball season. It's been done a million fucking times.
Yeah.
But it's-
then
it's
also
Thin
what?
Lizzy.
Center Field.
Sure.
Walk of Life.
Sure.
Oh, Walk of Life's one of my favorite songs of all time. Oh, from Dire Straits?
Yeah. We've heard it.
I know you two have, but I want our listeners to really get a grasp of great classic
If you don't know
American
that
music.
album, go get Brothers in Arms. It's one of the best
dude.
Dire
The
Straits
crew
albums.
made their way
yeah.
to the next potential target.
All the
But as
hits.
soon as they walked in, a woman said,
Great country.
"How you doing, Bobby?"
And his aunt worked at the bank.
Yeah. So they went to
Shut
the next
up,
one.
bitch. He's like doing the fucking shut up.
They did a dry test run on their next bank, but during the simulated getaway, they got into a car accident.
Because they were sucking each other's dicks.
I was going to say, this is really like this the gay Three Stooges robbing a
Yeah.
bank. It's
Yep.
Go.
Stop poking me in the eye with that thing.
Yeah, stop swallowing my jizz.
The other driver threatened to call the cops, which would have been really bad given the pile of guns in the trunk and the pre-written copy of their robbery note.
Well, cops don't. They don't answer. You know, they won't be there in time.
With all these missteps, you'd think they might call the whole thing off.
No, they're stupid.
Not John.
Not these boys.
Instead of canceling or even postponing, John came up with another brilliant plan. They went to the movies on the 42nd Street Theater to watch The Godfather for inspiration. Afterwards, John added a line to the pre-written robbery note. "This is an offer you can't refuse."
That's so.
Oh,
that's
so
so
that's
ironic.
what that was his takeaway.
Yeah.
That's so ironic that Al Pacino
I know.
played.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it all comes full circle.
I hope John lived and he was able to see Al Pacino in this movie. We'll see.
You'll find out.
I'll find out. Coming
After
soon.
all the failed attempts, Johnny had an idea.
Let's
On
fuck
August,
each other.
I mean, that was most of his. That was most of his ideas.
That was the drive behind everything.
Yeah.
But
Hey
the other
Johnny,
ideas,
what should we do? We got to first. We'll fuck.
First we fuck, then we do something, then we fuck again.
He's like Towley, but for gay fucking. Like, well, let's just fuck first, and then we'll see what happens. And then afterwards, like, I don't know, probably should just fuck. They're just all dehydrated, trying to kill. No wonder they can't carry the guns.
And that's how Gatorade was invented.
That's how Gator was invented. They're just
August 22nd,
sweaty New York sex.
1972.
car sex in the summer.
Around 3 p.m., the boys entered a Brooklyn branch of the Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh, did I ever tell you that the Chase?
The one that John used to.
This is the same bank that John used to work for.
Not this, but
not the same branch.
right? But the same, yeah.
But they chose it partially because John was familiar with their policies.
Their policies. We don't like robbery.
Yeah.
Please don't bring guns.
Also, no fucking in the bank.
Yeah, and stop fucking in the
Please.
vault. What is
Please.
happening in there?
But the air conditioning is so high in there. I love it. It's so good to fuck in there. You don't even overheat.
John, we've had this conversation so many times, but the customers do not appreciate you blowing other people
Yeah.
during
when they're looking
a
at their safety
transaction.
deposit boxes in the back.
These guys are blowing their money. I'm gonna blow my coworkers.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that is that it's their money and then you're coming on it.
But here's the thing. Here's the good thing about that. Customers.
There's no good thing.
Chase wants good customer service. Is that
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Yes
yeah,
or
that's
no?
that is
Yes,
a
correct.
technical
Customers
fact
always
about our
right.
bank.
And what keeps
Customers
me in a
always
good
right.
mood? What keeps me in a good mood?
Coming.
Getting my dick wet and coming.
Yeah,
right?
I get that.
So if you want A plus B equals C, Chase wants good customer service. I'm going to give good customer service if I get good fellatio.
You know, I have a really great idea, actually, a good solution to this.
What is that?
You're fired.
And rob us. Come back in a couple weeks.
I don't need this job. I'm rich. And then they say, "Wow, how?" And because I'm going to rob you guys.
John said he had inside information that a major money transfer was taking place at 3:30 in the afternoon at that particular branch. This would be a huge score.
Where does he get his inside info?
He said from a guy to later. He said it was from a guy who worked for Chase who was at one of his gay bars.
He's like, "I sucked this
But-
guy's dick," and he said yes a bunch.
The plan hit an immediate snag.
That's weird. I did not see that coming.
I know, right?
How is there a snag?
It's like
this
they-
is a perfect plan.
These guys are smart. They're quick. They've trained hard.
Organized.
Everything should be smooth like butter.
Navy fucking seals.
Nail seals.
Nail seals.
Nail
Bobby
seals.
was supposed to hand the pre-written note to the teller, but on the way inside, he noticed a police car on the street and freaked out. He walked over to John and said, "I can't do it." He handed John his gun and left.
All right.
Not only was the team down a man, but
fuck.
Bobby was in charge of the getaway car.
Oh, so he left with the car?
Yeah.
Ah, Jesus, Bobby.
Are they already?
least-
Are they already in a robbery?
They're in the bank.
Well,
they haven't started robbing
They
yet.
haven't said, hey, you're all being robbed, but they walked in with guns, and now he's like, I'm out. See ya.
They've walked in with a giant stick of gum.
And he's like, here, you hold the gum. I'm going to take the car. So he didn't leave the car. He literally got in and it took
Whatever car situation did or didn't exist, the car's gone.
off. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that was Bobby's
immediately,
job.
any normal person will be like, "Okay, that was our getaway car."
Let's
integral.
regroup.
No,
Let's hold back.
What do you
and
mean? There's
regroup.
so much. We're in great shape.
Yeah.
Sal and John were left to improvise.
And this is a real yes and team.
So they,
Yeah.
so they
This
just
is fucking-
69 on the marble
It's like a
floor.
Saturday night at the IO. It's fucking
Zip,
improvised.
zap, zap. Give me all your money.
Yes, and this is a robbery.
Sal took a seat across from Robert Barrett, the bank manager, pulled out a .38 revolver,
Hello.
and informed him of the robbery.
Oh, and I'm sure he was like, and silent alarm, and go ahead. What was your request?
At the same time, John pulled his shotgun out of its hidden package
Eek.
and announced the robbery to the whole room.
Everyone was like, fuck, so that's not gum?
Yeah. Oh
really
man, I was
bummed.
gonna ask you for a piece.
Can I interrupt you guys right now? Is this a robbery?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah, go sit down.
Okay, next in line.
By the way, this is a robbery.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
John pulled out an attaché case, then
What is-
demanded the tellers bring him 2 items.
Anybody know what an attaché case is?
A briefcase.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for putting that weird word on there.
He had demanded 2 things: money to fill the case and the bait money list of decoy bills meant for situations just like this one.
No one ever
Oh,
asked.
so he really knew about the old insider workings of the bank.
Exactly. So by the way, for all of you who want to bank rob in the future, ask for the bait money list.
Always. I mean, look, if you've learned anything so far on this podcast, it's that you can rob a bank and you can do it with just 2 people.
and you
and
can
nothing will go
suck their
wrong.
dicks
You
while doing
you don't
it.
need a car. You could probably have sex in the vault.
That's
Yeah.
right. And not clean up after yourself.
You
You're
don't
like, I
need
robbed
to.
this place.
Wipe it up with the money.
That's just so you have so much extra.
Oh, yeah.
I use hundreds as a jizz rag.
No one's worried about DNA evidence.
They didn't in those days?
No, I mean ever. I don't worry about it now.
No, why?
That's why I always come when I murder.
Oh, that's so creepy.
John started to collect the money, and that's when they hit the second speed bump. The expected cash drop had already happened 4 hours ago.
Son of a bitch!
Instead of $200,000 cash, they only had around $38,000.
And which in those days was what? Worth like $140,000?
Not that much of a markup.
Not
I
worth
don't
going to
think.
jail
Was
for
it
your life.
was it because they were late? Like I can picture like one of them trying to get ready. It's like we
Yeah.
gotta go round this fucking
No,
bank.
it actually took place at 11
There's
a.m.,
a
not 3
tapas
o'clock.
place I want to go to right before we go. They have really good croquets.
The boys would have to make do with that and around $175,000 worth of traveler's checks, which I don't know how you... Like, those seem like very traceable.
That would actually be
Yeah.
more hassle than it's
It's a
worth.
big fucking number right on.
Yeah,
I mean, the
yeah.
whole thing is how you trace the fucking.
People would think you were weird if you went to restaurants and be like, here's a traveler's check.
But you could. There was a time though when you could pay for restaurant stuff with traveler's checks, right?
You probably still can, but I think
That was
like,
a
no,
thing.
nobody's got that shit anymore.
No one has
It's
traveler's checks anymore?
No, you just Venmo.
yeah, well, there's Venmo. You got a credit card now. It's like,
Yeah, you don't need to carry traveler's checks with you because the electronics.
yeah, because future.
Nice. Future. Not the rapper.
A
the
few
thing.
minutes into the robbery, the phone
future.
rang on Barrett's desk. Trying to avoid suspicion, Sal had him answer the call. It was someone from Human Resources at the bank's downtown headquarters, requesting the transfer of a teller to another branch. The quick-thinking manager angrily shot down the request and offered another name of a guy who'd been fired 4 months before on suspicion of theft. Sal, watching closely the whole time, didn't suspect a thing. The Human Resources officer immediately called the police.
So what happened? So the bank manager was like,
That must be-
Sal could do that if you'd like. We could send Sal down there.
We fired Sal for theft like 4 months ago.
Well, he's here right now, and we could send him on down.
Yeah, no, but he doesn't work there anymore.
He could if we'd let him rob this bank.
Yeah, I'm not reading you.
Hey, there's a guy here. He's sitting across from me. He has a revolver. He's trying to rob the bank.
You know, I still not really
You
understanding.
know what? I'm going to call back later and I'll talk to your manager.
Sure, I mean, he's always available. He's really pleasant.
Thanks. Well, let me just deal with this guy with the gun and then I'll call you back.
Hey, good talking to you. Say hi to your wife for me.
Yeah, if I make it out of here, I definitely will.
Click. Man, that guy was really, I don't know what his problem was. I just wanted to have Sally come down to the other branch.
But that's the opposite of what happened, right? Because in real life, the guy was like, "Oh, fuck, I think they're getting
Yeah.
fucking robbed."
Yeah, that
Yeah.
must have been a pre, or he was just like, you're a weirdo. I'm calling the cops.
Well, because then the guy, the next part, so the guy's like, hey, can you have Sally transferred over? Like, no, I'm not having Sally transferred over, but let me give you Bob. Bob got fired for theft like 4 months ago. Yeah, Bob's great, isn't he? Is there a problem?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. That'd be a great.
Definitely.
So the bank manager, good actor.
Yeah.
Like Pacino level.
He played himself in the movie.
You know what it was? It was they weren't as good at improvers as the bank actor. Or the bank actor. The bank
See?
actor.
That's how good at acting he was.
But that's what I'm saying is like they came in with their little yes and routine and they were trying to improv a
Dropping
bank robbery.
guns and
this
shit.
guy's like, all I do is improv with customers all day. He's like on it.
You find out that the bank
couldn't
manager
follow
was
the
in
bank
improv
manager?
classes.
He's a teacher.
He's like, I'm in New York now, but I actually grew up in Chicago. Second City. You guys ever been there? All right, cool.
It was Del Close.
That was a Del Close call.
Yeah, Robert Barrett Close. Did I not say his last name?
Was his last name Close?
No, it's Barrett.
Sometimes magic happens.
Soon the bank was surrounded. 200 members of the NYPD and FBI set up headquarters in the Palestinian barbershop across the street.
Well, yes, you can. I'm trying to cut this man's beard, but yes, you can set up headquarters.
I keep
here.
trying to cut hair with hummus, not working. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. That's so racist. Cut hair with hummus.
It's tried true technique.
It's like trying to shave with it.
Yeah, but it does make great sex loop. and
Would you
it's
like
organic.
a Baba Ganoush beard?
It doesn't. Baba Ganoush. Oh God, I love Baba
Baba
Ganoush.
Gabushi beard. All right, that would have been better.
Bobby Ganoush, at your service. Nice to meet you.
Every news crew in New York was covering the scene, and around 2,000 onlookers crowded the area trying to get a peek. John and Sal were stuck inside with 9 hostages. Across town, FBI agent... FBA.
I hate the FBA.
Yeah, to the West.
Yeah,
FBI agent Richard Baker was preparing to meet his wife for a dinner, marking their last week in town, as he was about to be transferred to Washington, D.C. When he first heard of the robbery, he brushed it aside. Bank robberies were fairly commonplace in New York at the time. He assumed the boys in blue would handle it. When hours passed and the robbery escalated to a hostage media circus, he made his way to Brooklyn and took over the FBI operation. Back in the bank, Sal made an announcement to the employees. Quote, "You're all hostages, and the only rights a hostage has is to do what he's fucking well told." Then he grinned. "Just call me Sal. We can all be friends if nobody does anything foolish."
He's charming, dude.
He's a bank robber with a heart of gold.
Yeah,
John echoed the sentiment.
And a penis of bronze.
that's right. A big penis compared to our other friend.
Well, little
Johnny.
John.
Dude,
Johnny.
Are you guys going to bronze your kids' penises? I mean, I'm totally planning on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll go right next to mine.
Yeah.
Can
obviously.
you do that?
Sure.
What do you do? Like put alginate on it and take a mold?
I'll do it. I'll do it at home. There's a kit you get. You just get it at the right age.
It's really easy.
I think it's for the
You got to be
shoes.
careful. You got to do it over like a hot stove. You gotta
Yeah,
be
for
careful.
sure.
Just
so it's
holding your
sterile.
baby up.
Yeah, sterilize it before you.
Are you gonna
bronze
have kids?
I don't know. I don't know.
You'd be an adorable dad, wouldn't
He
you?
probably won't have any say in it. It's always going to happen one day, and he'll be like, "I guess I am now."
I think I'm a better uncle than I'd be a father.
Oh, we're all better uncles than fathers.
Dude. I
even,
got a
even
sweet
fathers are better uncles.
I got a
Uncle,
sweet-
Uncle Huck,
I got a sweet uncle body.
Yeah.
dude. If you're willing, I would love it if you'd be my uncle.
Yeah, they wouldn't call me Uncle Huck though. That's my last name, so that'd be weird.
Yeah, but I would.
But what if
Okay,
Slaton
yeah,
got
yeah.
a hold of the kid first and trained him to call you that?
That's fine.
Could you have a sister who could adopt me or a brother who could adopt me so you could be my uncle?
I guess I could talk to my brother. Yeah, I
Dude,
don't know.
great. This is great. This
Can
is
you
all
start
working out
going
well.
by Uncle Huck, like just like as a comedian?
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's why. This next guy coming to the stage, Uncle Huck. And
There's people that go by weird names in comedy.
Thanks. I've been around. I got that. But you know what I could do? That's a good. But then I go up there with like a newspaper boy hat or whatever, and I'm like, hey, all right. And I like try to buy a dime bag off somebody, and I got my pants are pulled up too high.
You exclusively play Crackers and Hyenas, so the only 2 clubs you're willing to go to anymore.
That's it. Those are the only people that get me.
And then your catchphrase is, "That's how Uncle Huck sees it."
I go, hey, who's your uncle?
Who's your uncle, kid?
You know, I'll be at Bonkers all this week. And scene. John echoed the sentiment. Quote, "That's right. We don't want to hurt anybody. Just cool it. You can call me John."
Or you'll all be sucking my little dick after a
That's
little
right.
while.
Hey, did I mention I'm horny as fuck?
Yeah, he's this. Well, in the documentary, he just talks about how horny he is for most of the documentary. It's really fucking fun.
That's right.
And in this,
Look, I mean-
aggressive, people call me a pervert. Yeah, because I call me a pervert because I like to have sex with people, whatever. Like, it's fine. I'm I'm horny
I
right
want
now.
to see the documentary.
Called The Dog. Well, I'll give you the info when we do the
You
sources
fucking
at
will.
the end
I'll
of the
give you the
show.
info. I'll hold you down and give you the info.
The tension broke when Shirley Ball, a middle-aged teller, asked to go to the bathroom.
I've got to potty. Do you mind if I go to the restroom?
Sure. Once John let her
Number
go.
2.
Nope, never mind.
I've got
It's
to
right.
shit.
It's right off the.
Not allowed.
Everyone can smell it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the.
it's all quiet because everyone's all scared. So they go, Oh, I hate that.
Sorry. She's
Only
trying to
thing
run the
worse.
water. You're like, not buying it.
Yeah.
You know, John, I think we should just call this robbery. This is starting to get too uncomfortable for me.
Well, yeah, we still haven't got the money yet.
Yeah, at this point, I really don't care. This woman is shitting so loud.
I can't even hear her.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm fine.
Yeah, no. See what this is doing? I don't do well with this. This is
God.
not.
But we came here to get money, you know?
I don't.
It's-
I really. Oh my God.
She's a dainty little lady. I can't even hear her.
I had
my
fat
God.
burger for lunch.
I think I'm being.
Double king with egg.
This is triggering a lot for me,
I think-
and that word's not even invented yet.
I think you're a man.
Yeah, what's a trigger?
Oh God.
Fat
Please.
burgers-
You know, hey John, can I just borrow the shotgun real quick?
I want to brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Or you could just fire it off, and the smell of the lead and the gunpowder would actually.
Oh no,
probably-
this dump is too powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more powerful than a 12 gauge.
No candle, no
Shoot
12
that
gauge.
poop.
It's a double. It's an over/under out of this booty.
Once John let her go, the mood changed.
She let it go.
What do you mean?
too.
Like once he let her go into the bathroom, everyone just like kind of chilled out.
Okay.
John, charismatic and manic, became the de facto warden and den mother of the hostages.
That's a good choice of words.
Everyone now had free range of the bank as long as no one tried anything foolish. He let them make unlimited phone calls to their families.
A long distance and shit. Run up that bill.
By now, the cat was out of the bag and the news had spread across the city. Everyone knew about the robbery at Chase Manhattan Bank. The phones began to ring with bizarre calls. I hope they kill you all, said one caller.
Just some angry bank, like your customer's like, they charged me $25 an overdraft fee. I hope you fucking die. And then they hung up.
Make your move now, whispered another who happened to call every 15 minutes.
Oh, that's just some stone kid watching TV. Like,
Just do it. Just do it. Dude, seriously, I'm really bored.
Dude, make
so
your move. I don't want to. I have to go to work in an hour.
I
Please
invited
hurry
all my
this
friends
up.
over to watch this. Please do something soon.
They're getting bored. This is like the Al Capone's vault thing that's going to happen
reminds me of-
later in the future.
When the OJ thing was going on and there was the chase, I was a little kid and my grandpa was supposed to take me to the beach.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, go as soon as this thing's done." And we were so bored, and they were just chasing OJ in the Bronco, and I was like, just shoot him. I want to go to the beach. Like, this is awful."
Meanwhile, your grandpa didn't take you to the beach until after that documentary series just aired, and he's like, "Now we can go. I finally found out what happened."
He died right after that. We never went to the beach. I'm just joking.
He died at the beach.
That's a really sad story.
He was eaten by a shark that day.
It was brutal. The shark
Finally,
was in a white Bronco. It was
an
crazy.
important call came
Very
in.
ironic.
Ooh.
The police wanted to talk to John.
Finally, they haven't called yet?
No.
No, because they do that shit. They take their time. You've seen these movies with the
I don't watch
negotiations.
movies.
Yes,
John told the cops he was willing to negotiate.
I'm willing to negotiate.
They were like, fuck off, just get out here.
Me
he-
and my little dick have a few demands.
I want a bigger
wanted
dick.
Well,
First off, I want a bigger dick,
So I'm tired of having a little dick.
and I need something to fuck and a pizza.
preferably with he wanted police to bring hamburgers and Coca-Colas
Oh, that does sound great.
and
feeding
to
everybody.
arrange for a jet at JFK ready to take them out of the country.
Oh, I love the balls on some people. Like, get me a jet to take. Okay, we'll just hire a pilot, private jet, put you on it. You go wherever you want, and then he'll just come back, right? Thanks.
Oh yeah, but
I
that
don't
is,
know if we can do the hamburgers
that is
and
the
Cokes
dream.
thing, but the jet is all lined
Look,
up.
there is a line at the drive-thru that is real long right now, so we can do the jet thing. We got to skip the hamburgers.
I'm amazed that people choose such shitty food when you can ask for anything. Like, I'd be like, I want sugar fish.
Yeah, how about steaks? Get
yeah.
us some fucking lobster or something.
Yeah, go to Cut and get me some steak and some tartar
Give
and
me
some
some
sugar
moves
fish.
over my hammy.
Oh yeah, go to fucking Denny's and Rocket. They have good ranch.
The
They have good
negotiator
ranch.
said he would see what he could do and hung up, but John had one more request, which he relayed to a radio DJ during an interview over the phone.
Play Elton John.
Quote, I want them to deliver my wife here from Kings County Hospital. His name is Ernest Aaron. It's a guy. I'm gay. He said it just like I listened to the interview. It's like just that aggressively. It's like it's a guy. I'm gay.
So before they can even question it, like, I thought you
Yeah.
said your wife. It's a fucking guy. Like, he knows what to say right away.
Yeah.
Before
He's
he
ready.
doesn't want to be embarrassed or have to fucking explain. I hate having to explain.
He
yourself.
knows who he is. He knows what's going on.
The word was out. A pair of gay men were robbing a bank to pay for a sex change operation. Television news caught the story and left coverage of Richard Nixon at the Republican National Convention to run pictures of Ernie in her wedding dress.
How much is
Wow.
a sex change operation, if you don't mind me asking?
At the end of this, we'll kind of cover that a little bit.
I
and
don't mind you asking. No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I don't know.
We'll get to that.
I mean, you literally have to rob a bank. Don't they cut
Well, in
stuff
the
off?
70s, I'm sure.
From
it
what
was
I
like
gather,
suits.
they didn't need to rob a bank to do this at all.
Oh, really?
From what I've gathered.
It's like $8,300.
It's like all you need is $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually put it on your Chase card. If you wouldn't have robbed the bank, you'd still have your Chase card.
This, by the way, was how the family of Carmen, his first wife, found out about John.
Being gay? Or
Yeah, they didn't know he was gay, and they was out goofing around.
And a bank robber. Which
Yeah.
one were they more upset about?
The gay, probably. It's 1971 in Brooklyn.
Couldn't you have been a straight bank robber? We wouldn't have to be so embarrassed.
Soon after, the FBI brought Ernie to the scene, still dressed in her hospital robe. John released the first hostage.
Ernie was sick?
Well, because they remember
tried
Ernie
to
had
kill
tried to kill
himself.
tried to kill herself.
Tried to kill herself.
Oh, dude.
And then
yeah.
she was being kept in the hospital, not being released because they
Yes.
wanted to shock her out of Dick or into Dick, whatever it was.
Yeah, out of the idea of having a sex
yes.
change. Yeah.
John released his first hostage, the security guard, who flashed a peace sign at the cameras as he walked away from the bank.
Yeah, man, because he doesn't want any war.
The FBI took Ernie to the headquarters/barbershop where she called the bank. I don't want to see you, she told John. It's over. But Ernie, I did this for you, so you could have your operation. Why are you afraid of me? I'm not afraid of you, she replied. I'm just done with you.
Oh, Ernie.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to go to jail for this. I mean, can you please be my girlfriend still for a bit? Like, holy fuck. Or my
At least
boyfriend,
until
my wife?
the day is over. You couldn't wait till the day is over.
Act like you're excited until I go to prison and then do whatever you want.
He asked her to come to the door for a kiss goodbye. She hung up. John turned to Barrett, the bank manager. How about that, Ernie? He wouldn't even come in here. We were married by a priest.
Sounds like he's more of a woman than a guy. Right?
Since he couldn't get Ernie to see him off, John asked for, quote, another homosexual. His ex-boyfriend, Pat Coppola, showed up. Pat was escorted to the front door by an FBI agent who held a firm grip on Pat's belt just in case he tried to join the gay heist squad. John met Pat at the door of the bank, and they kissed, drawing a chorus of cheers and boos from the crowd.
Interesting.
While Ernie would no longer speak with John, the press was clamoring for interviews, and he was happy to oblige. He ranted on and on about a number of subjects. How the plan went awry, his dislike for his father, his devout belief in his religion, and the need for capital punishment.
Wait, this is Ernie?
This is John.
Oh, John.
On the phone with reporters.
Oh, okay.
When he
He's
wasn't
talking
on the
about
phone.
his need for
The
capital
need for
punishment while he's robbing a bank. I'd be like, we need to lighten the laws on bank robbery,
One
first
of
of
the
all.
things he said one of the things he was quoted as saying was, "This is fucking crazy. Like if I shoot you right now here in the bank, I get no death penalty. But I shoot a cop, I get a death penalty. So what if this? What if I hold a gun to your head and then you shoot a cop, you shoot the cop? Do they give you the death penalty?" Like he had a whole bunch of weird. He was obsessed with like, how it might
playing
work.
out in his head.
it sounds a little
stable.
kooky.
No, it's stable.
So he's
Stable.
been on a diet of nothing but water and cum. So he's just not able to think straight.
When he wasn't on the phone, he was
Been there,
arguing
right,
with
fellas?
the cops
Fist
outside.
bump.
Fist bump you.
Okay.
When he wasn't on the phone, he was arguing with the cops outside. An officer yelled with a bullhorn yelled, quote, "All right, you faggots, we're coming in there. We're going to get you."
They still use that exact term.
To which John replied, "You call me a faggot one more time, I'll kick your fucking ass."
All right, John, go get him.
He challenged the cop to put down his gun and come fight him, drawing laughs from the other cops watching their commander get punked.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Oh, I'm a faggot? You come here, don't call me a
Yeah.
faggot to my face, motherfucker. Let's
Yeah,
go."
you feel so good.
I'm good. I'm okay.
This guy's
Like,
the
if
Bonnie
this
and
guy
Clyde of
wasn't so
LGB.
crazy, he would have been the greatest gay dude of
Activist.
all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
He was just one tick too crazy.
Yeah.
You can't rob banks, John. You
Hours
can fuck,
passed.
but you can't rob banks.
Yo, I can fuck, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
can fuck?
dude.
You can fuck?
I've fucked before.
I can fuck.
What is it? Is it cool? Is it fun? Is it cool?
It's not that.
or-
It's overrated.
So
It's not overrated. That means you can't fuck.
No, it means that I just can't feel, guys.
below the
really-
waist or just in your soul?
Just either, really. I've been
Okay.
trying. I've been waiting for one thing. It's just not coming.
Rich has
pun intended.
Rich has a gray heart. It only beats once a year.
Yeah,
A gray heart.
on Halloween.
Is that a Game of Thrones reference?
Negotiate.
the Grey Hearts. Ooh. They can see the future, and they only have erections at a full moon on the 12th month of every leap year.
I see tits. That's all I see. All the time. I close my eyes, tits. Open my eyes, tits. That's all I see now.
But you got the tits with the little wiener, right? You got
Ooh, yeah.
There you go.
You know what I like.
What a confusing photograph.
Hours passed. Negotiations went back and forth. Agent Baker was stalling for time. He knew that eventually he would find a way to end the siege. As the night wore on, Baker came up with little maneuvers to keep the robbers in check.
All right, I'm going to come in there. I'm going to dress as a girl, and then I'm going to suck their dicks. And then, Sarge, you want me
Hey,
to...
so you're telling me you're definitely not like from the FBI or whatever, right?
Nope.
Yeah, well, come on in real quick.
I'm just here to let you feel my mustache hit you on the genital region.
This is fantastic. America, hey, what a country, you know?
This is great, right?
Yeah, this is fantastic.
All right,
You're definitely not a cop, though, right? You have to tell me if you
have
are.
to love that. You have to tell me if you are. I want that mustache right on my fupa.
Oh, yeah, my fat upper penis area. My wife called it a fuda.
First
Fat upper dick
Baker.
area.
Yeah, she's like, you got a fuda. I was like, fuck you, bitch. Like a fat upper dick area.
Fuda. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
She actually tried to call it a dupa at first, and I was like, what's that an acronym for? She's like, okay. She said it in
Dick
the wrong way.
upper.
Pelvic area.
She was just like cute about not able to do it right, and it was pretty funny.
Oh man, you guys have fun, huh?
We have a lot of fun.
That's great.
We have a lot of fun. Then we hate fucked for 30 seconds afterwards.
Oh, that's nice.
It's my favorite kind.
Isn't that the best?
First Baker cut the phones, ending John's media campaign.
Ooh, I bet he didn't like that.
Shots fired.
Yeah. This is where the sound effects
I thought
come
you
in.
meant actual shots fired. You're telling a fucking crime story with guns. You can't
That's a
use
good
that
point.
metaphor.
But you're basically like you're fucking this guy because he's loving the phone
This is
calls.
his whole thing.
Yeah, he's just like, I will tell you how it is. I don't give a fuck. And it's like
I don't like my dad. We need the death penalty back because otherwise
Yeah,
I can keep
you ju-
doing
you
this.
just-
I love how he's
you
I
turn
think
the
it's-
PA off on his stand-up set.
Yeah, exactly. You cut the mic and he's like, oh, this is bad.
Next, they shut off the police floodlights, taking away the well-lit stage on which John had been performing.
Yep.
So they just keep on cutting, and they're like,
Oh, dude,
yeah.
he's like, dude, I'm going to Flappers. I'll see
I saw
you
this
guys
happen
later.
once at a comedy
that no
club.
one would resort to that. Let's be
Yeah.
clear.
They gave him the light, and they turned the music on while he was still talking.
With nothing else to do, John, Sal, and the hostages settled down next to a radio to catch a baseball game between the Mets and the Astros. New York won 4-2.
Great, good. Fuck the Mets and the Astros. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Fuck them in the
70s.
Astro.
I don't know how good the Astros were. The Mets were coming off the '69 season, so people were probably still expecting stuff out of them.
Probably.
What was the Astros that said? Was that Nolan Ryan? No, he was in the 80s, wasn't he?
Nolan Ryan must play for the Rangers.
He played for the Rangers and the Astros.
When did he pitch for the Astros?
Yeah, he pitched for the Astros for a long time, actually. He
geez.
went back and forth between the two.
I didn't realize
Guess
that.
I was right. on
I
some
only
sports
think of him as a
knowledge.
Ranger.
Yeah, no, he's also been in the front office of both clubs, too, I think.
He's still kind of a bad motherfucker,
Oh,
too.
dude,
Like,
Nolan
listen to
Ryan is a badass.
Nolan
for
Ryan
sure.
is the John Wojtowicz of being a baseball guy.
Well, I bet Nolan Ryan has a bigger dick, and I bet he
bigger dick, less blowjobs.
They used to call
less mouthy too.
Less-
he's,
yeah.
he's not.
They used to
He's
call
not
him
going. I'm
Little
Nolan
Nolan."
fucking Ryan over here. He's just like
suck my fucking
At one
dick.
point in the documentary, John Wojtowicz describes himself as the I'm the Babe Ruth of gay.
okay. He calls his shot. Just,
Yeah.
I'm blowing my load over here.
It might be a candy bar reference. I'm not sure.
He didn't say Baby Ruth.
I'm the Baby Ruth of gay.
I'm full of nuts. You see what I did there? Come on, and chocolate.
That's so good.
Full of nuts covered in chocolate. Come
so
on.
nuts.
It was a hot August night in the city when the air conditioning went out.
Oh God, they cut
gross.
that too.
In New York?
No,
dude?
it just busted.
Oh, it just busted.
John and Barrett
So
tried to
God
fix it,
shut
but
it
with no
down?
luck. Yeah, God did.
Yeah, God's had enough.
This is when God had that interview. He's like, okay, this is so bad. This is so
Yeah,
bad.
all right, I'm turning the air off. Dude, a hot
I gave you
August
so many
night in New
opportunities.
York.
I gave you so many chances to turn around. You guys could have just come back to the hotel and fucked this whole
Remember
time.
when he dropped the gun? The first, that's when you should have turned around.
That's like that's that old parable where it's like a guy trapped in a pit when there's a flood, and someone comes by and goes like,
I have a
"Oh,
boat,
I have a
get in."
ladder. I'll
Yeah.
help you get out." Or I have
Oh,
a thing.
God will save me.
Yeah, and then the guy's drowning in the end. He's like, "God, why are you forsaking me?" He's like, "I sent you a guy with a ladder
Yeah.
and a fucking helicopter and
You're
shit."
an idiot.
Fucking moron.
I've heard rabbis tell that story so eloquently for so many years, and I just told that and there's a fucking this guy and that guy version.
That's good, dude. You're like the Carl Sagan of what do you call it? Rabinowitz. Like you
of
just go-
Rabinowitz,
yeah,
of rabbinicism.
Rabbinicism.
That's not a word either.
We both made up words.
Frustrated,
Cheers.
they tried to fix the air conditioning, but with no luck. Frustrated, John shoved the desk, bumping his shotgun and causing an accidental discharge, blowing a hole in the floor right next to his foot.
Oh my
Accidental
god, these guys are
discharge.
fucking clumsy idiots.
They are the worst.
The Keystone Cops, everybody.
By now, the robbers and hostages had developed a strange sense of camaraderie. At one point,
We're in this together.
Yeah. At one point, Barron admitted, "I'm supposed to hate you guys, but I've had more laughs tonight than I've had in weeks."
That's how powerful humor is. You could be robbing the bank that I'm at. And I'm just like, I really needed that. Thank you, man. That was fucking good, dude. The way you talk too is like really. Like, you got.
Well, interesting enough, Robert Barron went on to found the Comedy Cellar after this.
Go on with your story. I believed
You didn't buy that one.
I'm very gullible.
You didn't buy that one. That was
I believed
good.
it for a second, but then Huck like tipped me off by laughing, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
That's
sorry.
a
I
lie.
should have been like, yeah, he's done a really good turning that place
Yeah,
around.
you
He
want to
did a
leg
really
up
good
on
job.
me? Just don't laugh, and I'll be like, that's truth. That is truth.
John kept up the entertainment, regaling them with his opinions on dad, God, and the death penalty.
His 3 favorite topics, I guess, huh?
Look, once you know your lane, you stay in it.
I guess you're right. You
I know who my audience is.
Good comics talk about what they know.
Yeah.
They know hatred. He knows hatred for his father, God, and the death penalty should be reinstated. And
It's just so ironic.
Pauly Shore
this
starts
guy's-
doing like George Bush material. You're like, what is? I don't even understand what this is. Hey, dude, like, here's the thing about Donald Trump, you know? Like, he's going to really mess up the country. Isn't this doing well for you guys? Come on. This isn't getting me laid? Come on. All right.
That's very disrespectful to our Lord and Savior, Pauly.
To our Lord and Savior, Pauly Shore. Where was I?
I just
Where
see at
was
any
I?
point I could just see Pauly like reaching his head around there. What's going on?
No, here's the thing, though.
What'd you
Whenever
say?
I hear someone doing an impression of me, I'm always like, dude, that just shows you how big I am.
Yeah,
I am the biggest.
Dude, even if people are talking shit, even if your ego's still like, but they are doing an impression of me.
Yeah.
Shirley Ball would later say, quote, if they had been my house guests on a Saturday night, it would have been hilarious. Especially with John's antics, the way he hopped all over the place, the way he talked. John called me Mouth because I was the talkative one. It was, hey, Mouth, do this, and hey, Mouth, do that.
Oh, what a classy guy. And also, yeah, I'm sure she'd be pumped if they just showed up on a Saturday night and were like, hey, we're going to fucking regale you with our antics.
I mean, that might be
Hey,
fun.
Mouth.
I'm just thinking about, like, I'm kind of annoyed by people whose guns go off accidentally because I love guns, but, like, I hate people that, like, aren't responsible with their guns. And I'm like, dude, don't point that thing at me. And you keep fucking dropping it on the floor and it shoots.
There's a lot of that with these
drive me
guys.
fucking nuts.
All right, hey Sal, we're here tonight. We're going to this fucking party at Shirley Ball's place.
Yes.
Let's just make sure that we're entertaining. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Shirley, you there?
I'm coming. Hang on a second.
Oh, this fucking whore. Come on.
We are gonna have some
This is going to be so good.
Just let me get the bolts.
Oh, this is fun.
Okay, come on in.
Hey,
how you doing?
Hey, have I told you how I hate my dad and shit? That might seem quick to bring up in a party like this. But
Yeah, but also the death penalty. Gotta bring that back.
Oh my god, applause break.
Do you have any food? This is the shittiest party I've ever been
some tuna
to.
sandwiches with the
hey, will
crust
you
cut
hold
off.
my giant shotgun gum?
Oh,
And look at his tiny penis.
Oh, your giant gum and your tiny penis. You guys are hilarious.
Antics, shenanigans.
Oh, this is so good.
Your gun went off in my rug.
I'm glad you invited us over. This has been fantastic.
Anytime. I love having you guys here.
All right, we've been here for 3 seconds. We're gonna leave now, though. I hope. Sorry about the door and the wall and the floor and my dick.
That's a kind of, he has to apologize for his dick because it's so small that it can't apologize for itself.
Yeah, well, nobody's dick can apologize for itself, John. I've noticed my
I'm
dick.
Sal.
Hello.
I don't break character.
All of our dicks just start talking.
That was my impression of the dick apologizing.
Dicks don't make enough noise. Let's just say it right now. They don't make enough noise.
If they did, we would never stop making them make noises.
Right, we would just be farting at him the whole time. Hey,
How many times would
It
someone
would
have
probably be a satisfying feeling, like a little bubble
oh, a
cut.
little dick fart?
if dicks could fart, you would have been dick farted on by all of your friends.
Oh,
Yeah, and I don't
Without
care.
fail.
That's a price I'd be willing to pay to know that I could dick fart.
Yeah.
There's no permanent fucking thing that happens to you when someone dick farts on you. You're not like, I was dick farted once when I was 14, and that's why I have this weird mark on my chest. Like, it would just, you just get over it real fast, like a regular fart.
I don't know.
Unless dick farts are different.
Yeah, like aliens' blood, like it's green, neon,
don't
and it
know.
burns through metal. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Sorry, Mom.
I am so sorry.
Finally, around 2 a.m, the next step of the negotiation succeeded. An FBI agent delivered 3 pizzas to the door.
This is not, they asked for cheeseburgers and
He was
They
upset
already
about
had
that.
the cheeseburgers,
Oh,
didn't
he's
they?
like, oh, pizza, I don't eat cheese.
He was not happy about the pizza. But John still had Shirley throw $1,000 out the door, drawing cheers from the crowd as they saw the captive make it rain.
Couldn't you just put like sleeping potion or something like that in the pizza?
Yeah, they should have totally drugged
That's
the
so much
pizzas.
smarter than anything they did in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they said like, let's see the delivery guy show up and do it in front of us, but you could still be like, okay, and then you could still like send a squad down to the.
Yeah, you could work that out where it's just like,
Right?
or just put like mushrooms on the pizza. And,
just have them tripping balls.
yeah.
But with
Yeah,
the
that's not a
guns-
bad
with the
idea to
guns,
have
though, that'd
2
be
stressed out bank robbers with guns tripping balls inside of
They
with
would-
200 cops
They
outside.
would calm down probably and be like, yes, I just want to listen to
we're
music.
all one.
Let's just hang out.
Not everyone has that reaction to psychedelics, Rich. You can't just say everyone should just do mushrooms and they'll be like, we're all one.
That was not my.
Yeah, that was
your-
kind of my,
Yeah, that was him.
yeah.
Are you confusing us now?
I'm going to punish you for whatever John Huck does or says.
That seems reasonable.
That's
Yeah,
how
I'm his whipping boy.
For the rest, yeah, he does no wrong. But if he says something fucking wrong, you got to pay the price.
That was a fucked up book to read as a kid, The Whipping Boy.
I never read it.
It's about a rich kid and like the poor kid who's sort of their indentured servant, whose job is to take the whipping whenever the rich kid gets in trouble. which was a thing they used to do. Like, oh, you just stole from there? To teach you a lesson, we're going to beat this other child so you feel bad.
They really did that?
Yes.
Like,
Are you shocked by anything after
No.
we've done this show for as long as we have?
well, I could see like one weird family doing that, but to say
But that
like
was a
they
thing.
used to do that, like it was common in the old days, really makes you. It helps you understand like
Well,
how
you couldn't whip a prince or a princess, so you'd have someone else who, like, in order to punish you, we're going to beat them and you have to watch.
I think they just put a prince to death in Saudi Arabia for some sort of financial thing he did. And they're like, well, they're fucking punishing the uppers. Interesting, eh? Go on. With
A
the
couple of
story.
times through the night, hostages had a chance to escape.
How? When they were eating their cheeseburgers?
Shirley went outside and met her husband while John negotiated with a U.S. attorney. But she returned out of a sense of duty to her fellow employees.
That's hilarious. A fucking bank job? I'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, you guys are fun. I never went to any of the raves with you guys.
Well, this
but,
is the one who said they'd be fun house guests.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. She's coming back in because she's just got nothing better to do. This is a chick who's like got her husband.
I would
probably,
divorce you right away if you're my wife and you're like, I'm going back in there.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding
All right,
me?
let's get out of here. Get out of here. No, I'm going back into the bank robbery. What? Bitch, I had to wait in traffic to come and get you. Get
I
in
left
the car.
work.
Yeah.
Get in the
I'm
car.
hornier than John Little Dick, honey. We're going home. We're going to eat fucking dinner, get
You gotta
drunk,
see
and
this
fuck.
guy's dick. It is so small, babe. Just get in the car. I don't care.
Yeah, okay. So
at one point, John became worried about Barrett's health.
At what point did John...
insisting that the manager, who was diabetic, be checked out by a doctor. After his examination in a car out front of the bank, Barrett returned inside, grinning and telling his employees, I bet you never thought you'd spend the night with your boss.
Great joke, everybody. Fuck this. Am I getting overtime? This sucks. Let me out of here.
Everybody's horny in that bank, dude. It's just humid.
I feel like these are just some lonely, sad ass people who've got nothing to go home to.
It's 1971 in Brooklyn.
It's nice. So
They didn't make alcohol and for refrigerators
this
and
is
TVs?
New York. Yeah, this is Brooklyn. I mean, like
Go
there was
home,
stuff to
get
do.
drunk, watch TV. Fuck.
But they were so
All
the
good
robbers.
points.
The
All
robberies
good
were so
points.
clumsy and entertaining, and the TV sucked at that time. So they're like,
You
I'm
could
just
go
gonna-
home and watch the bank robbery on TV. They had coverage of it right then.
It wasn't in 3D, and people have always wanted 3D.
John offered to take the girls with him and Sal when they got on the getaway jet. He suggested some locations. First Moscow, then Tel Aviv.
What?
Quote, I don't want to go to Tel Aviv, said Shirley. What if an Arab catches me on the way there?
Surely.
Oh, that's
Come on now. If we were house guests, we would have left by now after that
yeah.
comment.
Surely, you sound like you have a little bit of Islamophobia. I'm just
No,
saying.
it's just that they kidnap people a lot. Also, they cut off heads.
Midair.
You're kidnapped at this point, Shirley. Like,
Is it that
Yeah,
bad?
but this isn't really much of a kidnapping. This is more of like a fun little hangout between all of us.
this is just fun
So-
white guys with little dicks.
You're my
Just-
besties.
Yeah, and we go to Tel Aviv. We get some falafel.
That seems that's where I draw the line.
That's dangerous.
Surely you can't be.
You're
serious.
uninvited to my home.
Oh, well.
I don't think you'd say that to the fucking robbers. You'd be like, okay, can I get you guys something else to drink?
John replied that they could go wherever the girls wanted.
This guy's a pushover.
Well, no, he just knows how to. He's like, look,
He's a charmer.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, baby, you don't want to go to Tel Aviv because there's some brownies over there that might steal you. Well, fuck it, let's go. Where do you want to go? Greece?
He's a charmer.
Greece?
Greece. I would go somewhere. Get out of Moscow is nuts. Like, why would you stop there?
Moscow.
I think you'd go to Greece. I mean, Moscow's got to be.
I feel like this guy is looking for more laws and restrictions in his life for some
Yeah, he
reason.
wants someone
the
to tie
death
him
penalty
down.
should be back. I want to go to Moscow in 1971.
these are cries for
Like,
help. This is checking himself into legal rehab, dude.
Maybe.
I think
an
you'd go
hour
to
later,
Greece because it sounds like a lube.
about an hour later, big news came from the FBI. Arrangements had been made, and there was a jet waiting for the robbers on the
Fucking
tarmac
sure
at
there
JFK.
was. Yeah.
A limousine pulled up in front of the bank, driven by an FBI agent waiting to take them to the airport.
Was it a Hummer limousine? Then I'm not going.
Probably was.
Okay.
In 1971,
It was a Prius
72
limo.
definitely was.
A Prius
limo? They're
Oh,
LA
God.
liberal bank robbers?
Oh, if there's one of those, I would happily go to jail to blow it up.
Oh, dude,
dude.
whatever. I'm going to pick you up in one someday.
Oh,
Rich,
God.
get out here. I got a Prius limo.
God, Priuses.
John
Let's
came
save
outside.
the planet and be a bunch of assholes while we're at it. Okay, go on.
John came outside and yelled at the cops, I want all of you across the street. When they didn't move, he yelled again, do you know what across the street means?
They're like, could you do us like a mime impression? Or like, tell us what it is. We don't know. We don't
It's
understand.
that fucking side over there.
The Uber driver's like, well, I'm on this corner.
Oh, God. They moved. They listened and they moved. Next, he demanded they put their guns down. This time, they complied.
What the fuck is going on?
They're just trying to move this
They
thing along.
have no rules.
Just put them in the limo and take them to jail is what they're going to do.
Satisfied,
It's
he
not that
walked to the
easy.
limo, frisked the driver, searched the interior of the car, and went back into the bank.
Makes me want pizza.
30 minutes later, he emerged, followed by Barrett, who was holding the money, then Sal, surrounded by a protective circle of the hostages. One by one, they entered the limo. Sal sat 2 rows behind the driver, while John sat all the way in the back. John yelled up to the driver, "What's your name?" "Call me Murphy," the agent replied. Then Murphy turned to look at Sal, who had a gun pointed at the back of his seat. "Hey, careful with that gun, Sal. Hold it a little higher, huh? We hit a bump and I'm gone. I don't want to die." Then Murphy turned to the rest of the passengers.
That's a fair negotiation.
Right? Murphy is like the most level-headed guy in this whole thing.
He's the agent. He's an actual.
He's an agent,
actual
yeah.
cop. So
They know he's a cop, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
they're not
aware,
like,
they do
he's
know.
just some random guy they chose. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, they want to be safe on the way to the airport
Yeah.
too. You know, take
Get
a
that
cop
police
with you,
escort.
right?
Then Murphy turned to the rest of the passengers.
Don't have to go through.
You
the
want the windows up? I'll open the windows. You want the wind down? I'll close them. Whatever you want, just ask for it. Which to me is really. I've read this.
Down is open.
I've read this. Yes, I've read this so many times, and I'm still like, how did everyone just go? So basically, you just do what I don't want you to do.
If you want the windows down, I'll open them up. If you want them up, I'll open them up.
Yeah.
It's like how
Want
I
'em up,
always
want
have to.
'em down, you know,
Basically,
whatever.
I'm trying to open the window so we can shoot the 2 idiots in the back.
Really good. Oh, I think that's kind of what he was doing. He was like, "Look, heads I win, tails you lose."
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. You take
Great
the one on
deal.
the left, I'll take the one on the right. No, fine. You take the one on the left, I'll take the one on the right.
So how many cops are there driving this thing?
There's one cop driving this thing.
One guy pushing the pedals.
As the limo pulled away from the bank, followed by a caravan of 24 police and FBI vehicles,
Oh, my God.
cars carrying family members of the hostages, and carloads of people who just wanted to see how the story unfolded.
Totally.
Because it's 1971 and
they
they
got
have no
nothing better
fucking
to do.
rules. The motorcade headed down Rockaway Boulevard, lights flashing. Murphy cracking jokes the whole way.
Do you hear the one about the the guy that was trying to rob a bank?
I'm very scared, and people have been holding guns at me this entire day.
But did you hear the one about the Italian guy? He was.
This is not making me
he was
feel more
making
comfortable.
pizza. Okay.
Hey, how do you catch an elephant?
You know what? I haven't heard this one. How do you do it?
You dig a hole, you fill it with ash, you outline it with little peas. When the elephant comes to take a pee, you kick him in the ash hole.
And that's how you do it, kid.
Hold on, can you say that one over again from the beginning? Because I don't really.
This is the funniest
Look, I
robbery
don't-
ever.
I don't-
No!
I don't really know. Like, honestly, my husband has a terrible sense of humor.
Hey, fuck your husband.
You don't know about jokes.
No, I just.
Never really heard one before.
No, not really.
I just like the antics of my robbers.
You know, to be honest, I mean, this has been. You're a very funny driver, obviously. But, I mean, I just had 14 hours of
Yeah.
these two guys, and I don't know if you could follow that.
It's like you
Yeah.
just tried to come up after the headliner. That's funny. It's a comedy reference, folks. You probably like
They
comedy if you're
reached-
listening to this, right?
They reached an airport service road where the officers waved through the limo and law enforcement, but kept the civilians at bay. The limo pulled onto runway 22R, where the jet waited, having just returned from a mail delivery to Pittsburgh.
Delivering some mail.
So there is a jet there.
You can deliver these mails.
I mean, it's an airport. There's probably a lot of jets there, but they say it just got back. Were they really planning on putting them on the fucking plane?
I mean, they're making these hardcore phone calls like, hey, can we get a plane that looks like we're going to fly these fucking bank robbing idiots out of here real quick? And
Yeah.
they're like, we're not. Well, we're the fucking cops.
Yeah,
We're
just
the FBI.
get one
give us
plane
the
that
fucking
just
plane.
landed. Where's it coming from? Put it on the runway. Get
Yeah.
everyone away from it.
Yeah.
John and Sal finally
Pay
relaxed.
for your time.
Finally, they're relaxing now, right before they get on the plane.
Here was the plane.
Oh.
Here was their escape. They'd
finally.
done it.
We're
Oh my
finally-
God!
we're
fucking
finally getting out of
idiots.
here.
Yeah.
John suggested that the whole group head over to the main terminal for some burgers.
This guy
my God.
really wants his burgers.
This guy
man.
and burgers.
Is he a fucking chubber or is he a skinny dude? Because I'm like,
At
he's
this
been
point
eating
in
a lot.
time, he's skinny and pretty good looking. He
Yeah.
eventually becomes just a super chubby.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
sloth.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
Like you look at the photos and video of him around this time, you're like, I understand why lots of guys would fuck him. And then you look at the photos and video. You look at the video of him now. You're like, that's a whole different human being than it was before.
Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
Job of the slut.
The FBI was not excited
if I've ever seen one.
about having an armed hostage walk through JFK, but the request did give them an opening. Murphy said he would ask the FBI about getting some burgers on the plane, hopped out of the car, and started talking to Richard Baker, the director, who has been running the whole show. After a few moments, Baker and Murphy walked back to the limo. Murphy got back in the driver's seat while Baker moved to the side of the car and started making small talk about the plane ride through the open windows. Suddenly, Murphy interrupted. Will there be food on the plane? He asked Baker, even though they had supposedly just talked about food. Baker answered, yes. Then Murphy pulled out a .38 revolver from under the floor mat, spun around, and shot Sal directly in the chest. Baker reached through the window and grabbed the barrel of John's shotgun.
Wow.
The question had been a code, meaning Sal's gun was pointed high away from Murphy. Baker's yes was a confirmation that he could take John.
Wow. Whoa. So 2 guys disarmed him, huh? Mm-hmm. With people in the car.
So, in fact, Murphy, because Sal was 2 rows, wasn't right behind him, he was in the row behind that.
Yeah.
So Murphy, with his gun, reached back, put his hand over the hostages, and shot Sal in the chest.
Yeah, like a gangster-ass cop.
Yeah, super gangster.
Fuck y'all. Thanks for wasting my time.
And John was so shocked that Bacon just reached through and grabbed the shotgun.
Yeah, because he's going like this, and then seeing that happen.
But I like how he was all relaxed. Like, oh, we got this. They're going to get us food on the plane. Like,
Yeah. Sal was dead, killed by a bullet through the heart. John surrendered 14 hours after the boys walked into the bank. The ordeal was over. The weirdness was not.
Oh, it keeps going. John tried to fuck the guy who just shot
he's
his
like,
friend.
when are we going to have some sex?
He's like, you want to shoot something else?
Sal's last words,
Having a
I
load.
never got the fuck Bobby.
And Bobby's just out, right? He
Die with an empty
Bobby-
stomach and
Bobby
a full
did get-
pair of balls.
Bobby eventually got brought in and got sentenced to 2 years in jail for his involvement in I think maybe the theft of the guns or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember exactly what it was.
They
but
found something to accuse him
Yeah,
of.
Bobby did get some jail time. While awaiting trial, John wrote his last will and testament, designating money from his life insurance policy for Ernie's sex change operation, but with strange requirements. $700 set aside for the castration, but only if it took place within 60 days after his death. Another $2,000 for the sex change operation, again with a time limit. Quote, main and final stage of sex change or sex reassignment operation must be completed within 8 months after my death, or no money shall be given to you.
There's no way. Can I just say, just aside from the point that you're making with this, of his weirdness, $2,000. There's no way that's a good sex change operation.
First of all, if that's all they needed for the sex change operation, is this what you're talking about?
$2,700.
Why did you rob a goddamn bank for $2,700?
Why not just open up a falafel cart?
This is a
anything.
goofy fucking dude whose logic is not the same as what you think like general logic. His subjective
Clearly.
logic is kooky as fuck. We've all known people that do shit like that. Where you're like, wait, why did you do that then? This is exactly that case. And
there
his
was-
friend fucking Sal had to die because he's such a goofball.
And that's actually John kind of got shunned by the gay community after this because of
He got
Sal's
fucking
death.
Sal killed.
Yeah.
He got Sal killed. Better kill
I mean,
Sal.
they already didn't like him. They already were like, this guy's kind of a fucking wild douche.
Yeah.
But and then they're like,
fuck me
"And
when I
you
wasn't
got-"
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking wild douche.
If there was any money left over after the surgeries, it'd be given to Ernie only on the first anniversary of his death and only at his graveside.
Jesus, what a fucking weirdo.
The will would prove unnecessary. John sold the film rights to his story and paid for the operation. Hence, Dog Day Afternoon. Ernie had the surgery, becoming Liz Debbie Eden, and never spoke to him again.
It's kind of weird.
Wow.
The film would come out while he was in prison, John being played by Al Pacino. In February of 1973, John pled guilty to the robbery and was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Oof.
He only served 5.
Whoa.
But John found love again inside prison.
Of course,
That's
right?
where you find it.
What did I say? 3 hot meals and all the sex you can handle?
Prisoners of love.
When
Yeah.
he met George Heath, another bank robber.
In prison?
On July 31st, 1974, they were married in the prison yard.
Hey,
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
When they got out in 78, they moved in with John's mother.
How do you get out in 5 years if he was like a danger to society like that?
I think they were like,
They're like, you
"You're
were really funny though.
Yeah.
Dismissed.
So many shenanigans, we have to let you out.
Yeah.
time off for good bits.
Yeah, exactly. You get 1 year off for each good bit we heard about from the hostages.
John, after getting out, John applied for a job as a security guard at the Chase Manhattan Bank.
What the fuck? Tell me he didn't get that job.
They said no.
Okay.
He took a job as a janitor.
At the
At
bank?
the Chase Manhattan
No, somewhere
Bank.
else.
Oh,
Somewhere else.
I was like, I'm surprised that they would ever.
Over the years, he developed a habit of standing in front of Chase Manhattan, signing autographs while wearing a shirt that said, I robbed this bank.
That is
No, you didn't,
fucking,
though, but-
That is hilarious.
It's
though.
hilarious,
Dude,
but it should say, I tried to rob this bank.
That's true, yeah. And my friend got killed. That's
Yeah, and
holy
my-
fuck! I just remembered his friend got
and
killed.
my friend got shot in the chest.
that was really funny until his friend died. Holy
The
fuck!
whole story is kind of funny until the guy dies because there's really no, like, they didn't hurt the hostages. The hostages had a good time. The police were like, you fucking idiots. And
The
they were like,
hostages,
get
yeah.
us burgers and Cokes. And it was
the
like,
hostages filled out their little email thing on the table, like they're
Part
coming
of-
back. We're on
part
their
of
mail
why they
list.
killed
Tell us when you're
Sal.
here again.
card. Tell us how you like the robbery. Would you
Yeah.
suggest us to friends?
I wish I put this
2
more in the
drink
story.
minimum.
Part of why they killed Sal was that apparently he was getting more and more agitated as the night went on, and he had before been like, "I'm never going back to jail. That's never going to happen. I'll die before I go back to jail."
And that's the
there were
that's the
some
words of
reports
someone
from
that's
inside-
desperate that's going to kill someone.
Yeah,
too.
there were some reports coming from inside that he was like getting more agitated as it went on. So they were like, "We can take the gun from John. Sal's not going quietly." That was sort of part of the plan. But
I mean, again, I don't know anything about police procedure or anything, but I can't imagine that would be commonplace today. I mean, obviously, they wouldn't even let him out of that bank. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't get him into a limo. They wouldn't take him to the airport.
I wonder.
And they certainly
who knows?
wouldn't. And they certainly wouldn't grab. They would have a different tactic than like reaching over like civilians
I don't
and
know.
shooting at. And if anything went wrong, that's just a fucking.
They botch stuff like that. I mean, those are imperfect situations to be in. So if you're on the law enforcement side, like you might be in like a unique like this is textbook, but you might be in stuff where like this isn't textbook. This is really weird.
Yeah, I just don't think they ever get out of the bank.
This guy's doing a
today's
great
society.
routine. He's killing it there,
Yeah.
sir. I don't
He's
know.
so funny. I don't want to give him the lights.
Yeah,
No, the cops are like, we gave him the light 13 hours ago.
and
and
these
he's
guys
still.
just run the fuck out of it. It's time for them to go.
This show really is a hostage situation.
That's yeah.
that might be the best inside fucking baseball joke. Okay, John passed away in 2006. End of story.
Oh.
Yeah, at the age of 61.
Oh, that's kind of young.
Today's
What did he
sources.
die of?
He was diagnosed with cancer and was like, "Fuck you, cancer," and just like didn't get treatment for it.
So that's what killed him.
What an
Yeah.
interesting dude.
Today's sources include Inside the FBI by Andrew Tully, The Boys in the Bank by P.F. Kluge and Thomas More for
Boys
Life
are back in
magazine,
bank.
a great documentary about John called The Dog, and the actual FBI files themselves, and of course, the evil robots at Wikipedia.
Evil robots.
Is the dog on Netflix?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yep,
Love
you can
it.
find it on Amazon Prime. I watched it in preparation for this. This dude is fucking out of his mind.
Yeah.
It's so I have not finished the documentary because I know how sad it gets at the end.
Yeah.
And I just did what I needed for the story today. But yeah, it's fascinating.
Wow.
The gay
Cool.
the gay Babe Ruth.
Oh, the Gabe Ruth.
Gabe Ruth. GAYB-RUTH. Ruth.
Gabe Ruth.
If you want to support the show and get
And we know you
involved-
do.
and we know you
This is
do.
necessary for us to keep this art moving along.
You can hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at CrimePod, CRIMEPOD. You can email us, crimepodcast@gmail.com if you want to send us story ideas, ask us questions, dick pics, whatever it might be.
Don't send them dick pics.
Definitely send those.
Can
John specifically.
people request certain crimes?
Yeah, you can request. We tend to avoid the big ticket items like the OJs and shit like
the
that.
shit that everyone already knows
OJ.
about.
If you
Yeah.
have-
If you have a fun idea
afternoons.
that people haven't heard.
I mean, there's
please.
a ton of crime out there.
It really
we
is.
also
That's
have
thing
the
we'll never run out.
Patreon.
Please go to the Patreon.
Please go to the
This is a
Patreon.
begging part of the show. Please go to the Patreon.
John, where can
true.
people find the great Jon Huck?
I'm on Twitter at JONHUCK, Instagram at JON_HUCK. You can get dates at my website, johnhuck.me, M-E.
Interesting
And,
choice there. .me.
It's $8 a month or whatever.
Is it cheaper to do ME than com?
$8 a year, yeah, something like that. It's like $4 something. It's really cheap.
That's pretty
Also, no one ever finds it. It's not any search engines or whatever.
Yeah, that's
but
great.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't. Irvine Improv. When is this going to be out though?
Who knows?
Oh, okay.
we don't know.
If it's before Thanksgiving,
No,
Nope.
it's not.
All
Not
right.
even kind
Nope,
of.
not even close.
Well, I want you to know I had a good time at
This
the
might-
Irvine Improv with
Thanks for
Harlan
coming out.
Williams.
This show might
oh,
be
you did a
out.
show with Harlan? Oh, nice.
I think the show might be out in time for your next special. So
Guys, just get my new album. It's called Compromise Maturity. I'm sure it'll be in stores by the time this is out.
probably.
Yeah. Dude, thank you so much for doing this.
Dude, thanks for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Fantastic
awesome.
episode.
And a good idea for a podcast. That's original. I like it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
No,
You're a
it's cool.
sweetie.
Yeah, man. We're stoked on it, man.
But we are going to go rob a bank now, right?
Oh, yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Dude, I need
But first-
I need
but first-
$2,000 for something.
But
So let's go.
first, We need to fuck.
Well, dude, obviously,
Right?
I don't do
How do you
no
think we
robbing.
pay the guests?
I don't do no. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get paid in fucking.
He sucks, I fuck.
Oh, good. I get spit roasted.
Bye, robot.
Bye.